swoon kind of had you feeling it. You know, basketball's a game of runs. You know, the MPJ was going to be inspired, and he was.
How many shots
took him 28 shots to get 38 points. So, you know, he wanted to fill it up, and he did. It was 1 point shy of a career high in terms of points total. So
they stopped running curls for him, and if they would have kept that up, I'm not sure this ends the way we liked it ending.
Right. So why they went away from him, who knows? But good job for the Denver Nuggets to fight back, and I just really want to highlight Watson, Jamal, and, of course, Timmy doing their thing to help this team out and get over the top.
And Jonas at the free throw line. We give him the credit for the free throw line.
Yes.
It was just a fun interaction between the two. They're getting it done. So you mentioned the AG stuff. It sucks. It's terrible news. Reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks now. Going to deal with this for a long term. David Adelman was asked about the Aaron Gordon injury yesterday.
Yeah, I just sucks for AG, first of all, just as a person coming back, you know, going through the rehab process. Really held us down when he came back, you know, allowed us to play how we always play to a point, you know, off the elbows and those things. But just a step back. So, yeah, it hurts the team, but I'm more concerned about him, you know, just him having to restart this whole process, find the motivation, you know, to get back. We know he'll be back before the end of the season, and he'll get back to being who he is. So just an unfortunate thing in a season of many unfortunate things. So, yeah, I'm more concerned about Aaron as a person and trying to get him in the right headspace to complete this short journey again that he just went through to get back to help us. So it's just been one of those years. It's been a crazy year.
He's 100% right about that. Right?
Worried about his mentals. He said that twice. I'm kind of like, well, AG, I mean, he's dialed in. He should know. I know this initial hamstring was November 21st.
But doesn't that, like when he said that same thing, made my ears perk up of like, I'm not worried about that. Did you see him on the bench last night, a little dancing and shimmying and having some fun of like, I think he's actually one of the more mentally strong athletes that we've ever seen in Colorado.
And including the 19-game stretch when he was out, he was always seemingly engaged, right? You see him with his teammates. You're sure he's, you know, coaching guys up, dropping knowledge whenever he can. It's just interesting that Coach Adelman would say that twice.
And it doesn't like – I feel like he needs no motivation to get ready. He's like the motivation – I guess maybe the motivation what he's talking about is to fight this battle of return and rehab, but that's – I mean, I don't know. I would imagine a guy like Aaron Gordon, hey, I'm going to fight this battle and attack this rehab so I can get back out there and help my dudes.
And get back out there before the playoffs so you have enough time to shake off rust. But here's the thing, because I saw Nuggets Twitter last night was upset. They were beside themselves. They were in their feelings. Point blank period, as simple as this. I saw this team fire their coach and their GM and then go on a run and take OKC to 7. So injuries, yes. Get AG right. How many games does he need? Well, I saw this team, quote-unquote, like lack chemistry or lose the chemistry of firing Michael Malone, and then they went on a tear.
Yeah.
And they took the eventual champions to the brink.
And if that dude's healthy, they probably win.
Exactly. So, you know, staying with his mentals, just as a guess, it's like, okay, is he disappointed he's letting his team down? Probably. I mean, he's a hell of a competitor. He always has been. He is. I know, apologies to J.K. Dobbins, like, I'm a Buckeye and a Bronco. AG is a Nugget.
Yeah.
He is like the quintessential Denver Nugget, Orlando, whatever. No, he's a Denver Nugget. He's exactly the type of player that you want. I'm not as concerned about his mentals as evidently Coach Adelman is, but he's got to be feeling down, not being able to help his team. Just get right. Get this thing right. Again, November 21st was the initial hamstring injury. Yeah. He's had to miss a lot of games this year. Just get him right for the postseason and make a run.
And I don't know if you saw the tweet Drew sent it our way. Adam Mares, he's one of the good ones over at DNVR. He had the tweet, Aaron Gordon has not played 16 consecutive games for 2 seasons. 16 games is what it takes to go win an NBA championship, and I promise you they're not going to go 16-0. So when they won it in 23, they were 16-4. That's a damn good record to get there with what the West is. I doubt that it looks like that to go win an NBA championship. So, yeah, man, this is a big reason to worry. I'm not sure they win an NBA championship again if Aaron's not right for those 16 Ws.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
It's scary stuff, but he's got the time to get right. You know, we'll have the All-Star break, everything, get him back before the postseason, then let's go.
Honestly, Ben Tenzer and John Wallace get more of a round of applause because they now have the depth to allow someone to wait until they're 100% right.
Right, so it's kind of the silver lining. I can't say that about some of the Avs conversation we're going to have a little bit later, but like the silver lining for this is that you've seen guys have to perform more, whether it's Spencer Jones, Zeke Najee, right? And now they've got more playing time, more experience, which should help out when you're missing a guy like AG again.
No doubt. A couple quick texts for Tribe Roll Call. Our buddy Wade Trujillo checking in. What's up, Wade? He's with Flow Zone. That helps keep oil and gas jobs running by supplying pipes, valves, and fittings to the crews that get it done. Nice work, Wade, out there crushing it. We got another texter, AJ from FOCO, checking in, working construction, estimates for a general contractor in the office, ready to go back out into the field. You guys help make the office not mind-numbingly boring. Thanks for the entertainment on a Friday. AJ, thank you for checking in. Yeah, if you're an outside, worker and that's where you do it, sitting in the office has got to be, eye-bleeding boring. I could not imagine, and now we're spoiled and we have really good jobs and, cool jobs. I could not imagine sitting in an office building for multiple hours throughout the day.
Like an office space?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like the jungle of
Cubicle,
cubicles.
Oh, man.
Trying to sneak out before the boss catches you.
That's what today's all about. You guys that do that. No return lunch.
Yeah.
Leave your laptop up and leave.
And we'll call your boss.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
You want to quit? You want to break up with your girlfriend?
I'd love
You want
to
to call
do
in
that.
sick?
Yeah.
We'll call whoever you want. Just let us know. We'll take care of it.
My boy Nate Dogg checking in says, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Friday. Great to hear you guys as my routine. Nate Dogg, keep it going, man. Appreciate that. We got to get out on a golf course again soon, Nate Dogg. We'll make that happen. Keep your text coming. 303-713-1043. RamosLaw.com text line. Same deal on the YouTube page. Denver Sports YouTube, Dover and Cecil stream. You're in. Just like that. All right, yesterday we talked about and asked the tribe who's worried about what the Avs are. Well, if you weren't worried yesterday, are you today after another bad performance last night in Montreal? They struggled, so what's wrong with this team? Let's talk about it coming up next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I dared Archwell Health to keep track of my vitals and my grandkids' names.
I dared Archwell Health to simplify my prescriptions, so Max and I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop.
Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
You're listening to Sports Talk Radio at work. So is your competition. So are your customers. Denver sports fans don't half listen. They argue. They text in. They remember stats from 1998. They remember who sponsors their obsession. Audio, video, or online. We've got every angle covered. DenverSports.com. Make your move.
Hey, Colorado, when you're in the market for a new truck or SUV, head to Johnson Auto Plaza. Explore their huge selection of new Chevy, Buick, and GMC trucks and SUVs. Find your new truck or SUV at JohnsonChevyBuickGMC.com. Stop in and experience the Johnson advantage that so many now know. Johnson Auto Plaza is your truck and SUV headquarters. Just north of E470 on Highway 85, Johnson Chevy Buick GMC.com.
Denver football faithful. Join Cherry Hills Community Church February 8th for their Super Sunday celebration at the 9 or 10:30 a.m. services. Hear guest speaker and former Bronco Joel Dreesen. Come for a full day of family-friendly fun and a chance to win a Broncos football, autographed by John Elway, Bo Nix, and Peyton Manning. Kids can enjoy an NFL-style experience. The whole family can enjoy free food. It's a Super Sunday celebration on February 8th at Cherry Hills Community Church. Learn more at cherryhills.com/events.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food. But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Looking to upgrade your kitchen, laundry room, or outdoor cooking area? Look no further than Mountain High Appliance. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. We have hundreds of appliances hooked up live for a true try-before-you-buy experience, plus professional delivery and installation. Our price match guarantee ensures you receive the best deal, and special financing options make your purchase affordable. When it's time for new appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents.
A lot of the players, Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon, they didn't look like they cared yesterday.
They gave up a goal in 56 seconds. The first goal came in 56 seconds.
Oh, my God.
Second goal, this is all in the first period, by the way. Power play goal where Josh Manson, the one physical guy that's out there, got out-physicaled in front of the net. And then the third and final first period goal, a short-handed goal. But they just happened to give up at a crazy rate.
That's them.
Because the one guy that we all thought we could trust, Cale Makar, wasn't paying attention and was out of position and then had to chase a guy down ice, and it was too little too late because he's beating Wedgie 1-0.
Yeah.
It was over after the first period. They had no chance to win.
Yeah, and they thought they might. Ross Colton puts one in, right? You're like, hey, maybe there's something here. Maybe you can lose with a little bit of dignity. No, that didn't happen with this team, and it's interesting to note how the communication seems to be off. When your best players are Parker Kelly, Ross Colton, right?
Yeah. It was Ross Colton's first game back.
Jetchery. So those are your best players. That's not your best players. Your best players should be Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon, Marty Netchis. But when Marty and Makar have that communication problem and they both go to the same guy, leaving a wide open shot, like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. This is rookie stuff. When young players do that, you're like, okay, youngster. When Marty and Makar do that, you're like, left wondering why.
Yeah.
Where's the communication? Where's the kind of, I don't know, just knowing what my guy's going to do, right?
I wanted to ask Drew. Drew, what do they call it? In basketball, we call it playing flat-footed. Basically when you're like not engaged or trying at all. Flat-skated. I've seen Marty Netchis straight up and down, like standing straight up and down with very minimum movement, way too much over the last week.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same thing. It's called just being flat-footed.
He's just standing there.
Yeah.
Just not doing anything.
Something's up with like the top line in general, because Nate and Marty, dude, those two guys have just been MIA over the last 4 or 5 games. I think Nate's got, 0 goals, I think it is, in the last 4 games. It's both those guys. This whole team is just lacking something. And I'm sitting there and I'm hoping and
praying,
I guess, that this is just boredom, that they're just wanting to get to the break here in a couple days. But, man, it is concerning to see the effort that we've seen the last 2 nights. And, like, if you can go to Montreal, Montreal is like the mecca of hockey, playing in the Bell Center. If you can't get up for that,
right?
Like, what the hell are we doing,
How many guys on the Avalanche team have family in the building?
Yes.
Because they're getting up north of the border.
Well, and how
finally getting
about
to
a
come
response after the last game
Right.
you just
You
had?
just got slapped in the face.
Like, if you have that game and then you respond in this one, you're like, okay, slough it off, whatever.
Yeah.
This is more of a concern than I think a lot of people on Avs Twitter are. It's not a big deal. It's Olympic break. Everybody's distracted. They're all checked out. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Why are they always losing to the East? Why is that always happening?
Yeah. That's a big problem. They play the East for the championship of the world. I'd like them to win that this year.
They have 8 regulation losses this season. 7 of them have come to Eastern Conference opponents.
Yeah. And just not being able to score goals. That you've been calling them a wagon because they can do anything they wanted on the ice.
Right.
Now they're playing lazy, flat, whatever you want to call it. Jared Bednar called them flat the night before. It looks lazy. It looks uninterested. It looks like like Drew said, they're just waiting to get to vacation. That's what it looks like from the Colorado Avalanche. And how do you explain that when a dude like Nathan MacKinnon's on that team? But to Drew's point, it's 2 goals in the last 9 games for Nathan MacKinnon. So he's not really making an impact either.
Yeah. And what does Jared Bednar do other than let this team take the break and then regroup and hope they come back? I think people are, again, it's not total disaster. This isn't everything's falling apart.
No.
But it's just signs, and it goes beyond, hey, they don't have Gabe, because that's what you hear from the Avs defenders. They'll say, oh, well, it's a no Taves, no Gabe, right?
Yeah.
That
Taves means a whole lot more than Gabe.
Well, my thought was,
production.
Okay, if it is Gabe, let's go down that role. It's the loss of the leadership of Gabe Landeskog. Why the hell do you want him playing in the Olympics then? When there's a risk of injury, right?
Yeah.
Like, if that's the conversation, I don't necessarily agree with you, right? We talked off air, and Spivak was here like, hey, Taves is much more impactful in his loss than what Gabe is on the ice. Gabe in the leadership, Gabe in the captain, the rallying that he brings. But if that's the case, then why in the world do you want him playing in the Olympics? If that's the reason why you look like this, because this wagon is a wagon no more.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get it back, but they too often wait until the third period. We've seen this slow starts crush this team, but not even a slow start yesterday, because it's like, oh my, you're just letting everything in? You're letting everything by? And it's not just puck luck, because I saw some people on Avs Twitter saying that too. Oh, they had some bad puck luck. No, they didn't.
Puck luck is a reward from hard work. Hard work creates puck luck. They're not working hard enough to get the right bounce.
The other team's outworking them.
And
that's how they get their puck luck.
Like these little losing the board battle. Like, do you want the puck, or are you just going to go in and kind of half-ass it and throw a little bit of weight on the guy, and then he skates away with the puck and they're going back to your offensive zone? Like, they just... It's almost, I'm watching a different team. They don't want it at the same rate that they wanted it 3 weeks ago. And I don't know how. Why? What happened?
Yeah, and where's Nathan MacKinnon and all this? And by the way, when people say, oh, Jared Bednar's losing this team, I think we have a lot of overreaction. We have a lot of overreaction negatively, and we have a lot of overreaction positively. I look at the whole of this team and what they've been. The wagon tendencies are still there. This is a team, and their lead... because people talk about, their lead. They're losing their points lead. The lead from 1 to 2 is as large as the lead from 2 to 15.
Damn.
Yeah, they still have their points lead. But you can't perform like this and just expect to flip a switch once you come back from the Olympics.
We want more out of MacKinnon and Marty. His coach, the coach, wants more out of MacKinnon and Marty.
Part of it is you're going to have to finish off some of the chances, so I think they fall into that category. I got to look at every line and say, okay, like how'd they play, what they create, what they give up, and then move on to the next line. And when you're not scoring, then you got to make sure you're not giving up anything either. And they've been giving up some goals in the last few games and haven't scored. It's not from lack of effort, but again, I think everyone, all of us, have to be just a little bit better.
I think
Are we sure about that?
There's some protection go. He doesn't want to call them out publicly. I would imagine Jared saying, I need more out of both of you, effort-wise, scoring-wise, blocking-wise, all of that. He probably doesn't want to throw them directly under the bus with a harsher statement.
We're not scoring due to a lack of effort. Are we sure about that? My
eyeballs didn't see effort last night.
We've seen guys flat-footed way too often. We've seen Nathan MacKinnon look disinterested. Last night in watching this game, at times, Nathan MacKinnon looked disinterested. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth.
I know.
It's odd.
That actually sucks to hear.
The way this team is behaving. Well, do you disagree?
No,
Spivak, do you disagree?
I don't disagree.
Did MacKinnon look disinterested or no?
I don't disagree. I wish I could say I did, but no. He's kind of looked disinterested the last couple nights.
Yeah.
Like, he's already in his mind, he's on a plane to Milan, Italy, next week going to play in the Olympics for his country.
You think he hates the United States guys on his team? That's it, right? That's got to be.
Well, there's only one, right? It's only Brock Nelson.
Yeah.
That's just Brock. And Brock's the only one that's actually
Brock's
playing.
been the Brock star.
Yeah, Brock's been the one scoring for this team lately, so I don't know.
Yeah, the best player on the Avalanche over the last, you can maybe argue a month, is freaking 35-year-old Brock Nelson. That's not how it's supposed to be for this team. And right now, I got to read a text from our buddy Andrew. He's in St. Louis. Thanks for listening out there, Andrew. He says, I'm a Blues fan here. Having a hard time listening to you complain about the Avs last night. You literally have an all-star and all-world team. Take a breath. You're right, Andrew, but here's the difference. We're ready to chase a cup, ready to raise Lord Stanley a mile high once again. Well, you guys have Jordan Bennington.
Okay, well, based on our text there, what was his name?
Andrew.
Andrew. Based on Andrew's text, I'll ask something very painful, and I totally disagree with it, but I have to ask the question. Are we now lowering expectations for the Avs? Does this slide make you look at this team differently? For me, it doesn't. I still believe they can get that parade. I still believe they're the most likely to have a parade.
Yeah.
But I know there's a lot of people acting differently and saying, like, it's over.
No. There's 3 teams in this city where you cannot lower expectations. It's championship or bust for the Avalanche, for the Nuggets, and now it's for the Broncos.
Well, then we can wrap that up as Andrew's just a Blues fan.
Andrew, we like you.
Expectations.
Shout out to you for listening from St. Louis over there. But, yeah, we're going to complain a little bit. When you got a championship window, man, you got to hold their feet to the fire. This is about championships, plural, and the Avs have yet to get that. But shout out to you, Andrew. Thanks for listening, man. We appreciate you checking in there in St. Louis. All right, we do got to talk a little Broncos. 10:30 every day on the show. We're going over Bo's board, and we're adding a new name to that board who can help Bo Nix and these Broncos get over the hump next year. Breece Hall, day 1. David Njoku, day 2. Our day 3 name is coming up next.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 13 years of age and older that are residents of the state of Colorado. Unless otherwise specified, employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or an entity associated with the contest may not enter. Full general contest rules are available at DenverSports.com.
The Stock Show is a staple of Denver. For 66 years, so is Silterhar Motors, Colorado's most trusted dealership. You don't last 66 years by cutting corners. You do it by keeping your word, by treating customers like neighbors, by earning trust, not just asking for it. That's the Silterhar way. Always has been. This Stock Show season gets 0% financing and leases under $300 a month on the best trucks and SUVs in Denver. Call, click STHmotors.com, or come by Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Either way, you get everything you want out of a dealership at Silterhar Motors.
Hey, Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, feeling cooped up this winter? Mark Schlereth here. You know these Colorado nights can get freezing cold with your furnace running non-stop just to keep things cozy. But here's the thing. While your heating system is working overtime, it's also blowing dust, dirt, and debris through your air ducts and straight into the air you breathe. That's where Ductworks comes in. Your trusted air duct cleaning experts. Using a powerful combination of scraping and vacuuming technology, the Ductworks team clears out years of buildup, grime, and other gunk hiding in your ductwork. The results? Cleaner, fresher air, better energy efficiency, and a healthier home or office for you and your family. Don't wait until spring. Breathe easier now with top-rated service from Ductworks. Call them at 303-425-0985 or visit them online today at ductworks.com for a free residential or commercial estimate.
303-425-0985.
A diamond is the oldest natural substance you will ever hold in your hand, created over 40 million years ago.
There are very few items of true value in the world that fit in the palm of your hand that also express our most powerful emotions.
And that's why a natural diamond from Williams Jewelers is the natural expression of your love. I'm Michelle Williams.
And I'm Bruce Williams. It's one of the most important purchases you will ever make.
And you're counting on us to help you get it right. So come get hands-on with Denver's most beautiful natural loose diamonds.
At Williams Jewelers, I still personally hand-select every natural diamond we sell, from the finest diamond cutters in the world, direct to you, all at the guaranteed best price in the state.
Say, will you with Williams?
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds
Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Minnesota Duluth with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on ESPN Denver 1600, DU Lacrosse faces Cleveland State with pregame starting at 11:30, followed by CSU basketball starting at 7. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Omaha with pregame starting at 1:30, followed by DU Hockey skating with Minnesota Duluth in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You are listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, it's time to talk about Bo's Board and what our latest name will be. We're going to do this every day for the foreseeable future, getting you ready for the offseason, looking at free agents that may be available, draft targets that the Broncos may want to go get, trade candidates. That's all a part of the equation and the conversation. So every day around 10:30, we'll give you a new name for Bo's Board. Today's name, we started with Breece Hall. We went to David Njoku. Today, Cecil Lammey is going to highlight.
And the Arkansas offense running room for Mike Washington. Breaks free and hits for the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Mike Washington, the Arkansas running back who finishes up his college career at Arkansas. He's bounced around a little bit at a college level, but
everybody's going to do that now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Who's going to pay me? I'll show up.
Yeah.
I went and watched some highlights, right? That's all I can do is go back and check out some highlights from Mike Washington. A big, strong back that can also get loose and is fast. By the way, playing against SEC players, those guys turn into NFL players.
Right.
He's outrunning some safeties at the second level. And man, Cecil, I want to learn about him from you, but how much the Razorbacks used him in the passing game was
Speaking of
beautiful
passing
to see.
game, I'm watching backs on backers at the Senior Bowl.
Oh, that's bad.
Mike Washington catches an over-the-shoulder touchdown grab.
And by the way, he is, let me count real quick, 6 yards in front of that line, 7 yards in front of that linebacker.
Yes, so I understand, he starts his career at Buffalo, goes to New Mexico State, ends up at Arkansas. You'd say, level of competition, not at Arkansas.
That's the SEC dudes.
Yeah, SEC dudes, those are NFL dudes. And you see what he just did at the Senior Bowl. He's one of the standout players from this year's Senior Bowl, and what he can do as a receiver and the official listing is 6 feet, 228 pounds.
Okay.
He was listed at 6'2", but just like Diego Pavia, it's like, you're not that tall. Okay.
They take a couple of inches, and that means a lot to us fellas.
Yes, it does. So to us fellas, we're always dialed in on our inches. This kid is exactly the type of back that the Broncos need, and I'm here to tell you the good news. You can probably get him in the mid-rounds.
Really?
Yes. Whereas Jonah Coleman, the Washington kid, I'll talk about plenty.
Right.
Mike Washington is seen right now as like a third-round pick. And if you say, okay, this is a great defensive line class. Maybe part of the reason why they're not as excited about John Franklin Myers is the strength of this defensive line class. There's certainly some standouts from the Senior Bowl to talk about. This is a gadget wide receiver class if you want one of those guys. And this is a really hefty first 3 rounds of running backs. After that, things are going to be a little dry. We're not going to find a Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt or Kyle Monagai this year, or a Phillip Lindsay, if you're not as familiar with those two. You're not going to find that late round undrafted gem this year. You're going to find guys in the third round. You're going to find one guy, though, like Mike Washington. And with that size, you would think, oh, he's a hammer, right? He is. He'll absolutely punish you as a runner. I love the way that Kev, dump button, he F's with you.
Yeah.
Like, as a runner, am I going to jab step you? It's almost like in basketball when you can do the 3-point thing. Like, am I going to jab step you? Am I going to go by you? He can run you over. He can run by you. He's a great receiver out of the backfield. 28 catches this last year? So he's proven. You see what he did in that over-the-shoulder catch. What large back makes an over-the-shoulder touchdown grab against a linebacker?
He looked like a wide receiver.
Yeah, exactly. So he's a guy that comes in with physical intent, bruising ability, the opportunity to take on a large workload, and doesn't need to come off the field.
I love that.
With R.J. Harvey, because part of me, this is Bo's board, but when we talk about running backs, and Mike Washington, running back of Arkansas, is who we're talking about, probably a third-round pick, should be in line for the Broncos. And if you have to move up for him, then so be it. But I look at that size, the power, the receiving ability. It's really why I love Jonah Coleman as well. But Jonah Coleman is a first-round pick.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different when you see Washington out there doing his thing. Third-round pick right now, this Senior Bowl might make him a second-round pick. But either way, if you're the Denver Broncos, I think that's a perfect complement to one R.J. Harvey.
And I'm glad you talked about where in the draft he would land, because when you told me the name yesterday and we go back and we do our homework, prepare for this segment, I started to think about this. All right, we're going to get into, this will be the third draft with George and Sean Payton running it together, right? First draft, they landed a running back, Audric Estime. I think he plays for the Saints now. I didn't pay attention because he's not very good. Next draft, R.J. Harvey, which was their second-round pick, I believe, right after Jahdae Barron. So I'm glad that you gave the caveat of a third-round pick. It's like, hey, we're going to go now into the third straight year, giving you guys the opportunity to take a running back, and none of us have been satisfied with the first two names. Makes me a little hesitant to go, oh, yeah, here, go ahead, make some more picks.
Right.
Let's see what you can figure out this time around.
Right.
Just keep throwing stuff at it. However, if you're doing it in a third round or even later, third round still really, really matters.
Yes.
But you'll have more time, more runway to let that guy develop.
And I think it depends on what you do with J.K. Dobbins. If you bring back J.K. Dobbins, you're not going to get Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Because why would Breece Hall come here? But if you get J.K. Dobbins and you can draft a Mike Washington, then you're preparing a young player to take over when Dobbins is hurt, because he's hurt all the time.
Yep.
You should expect him to miss at least 6-7 games. And that sucks, but that's just who he is.
That's how it is.
And then you have a young guy like Mike Washington able to take over. They couldn't run the ball. Now, with a guy like Mike Washington from Arkansas, you'd be able to do that if you do bring Dobbins back, or even if you don't. I still think this team adds 2 running backs this offseason. One is a free agent, one in the draft. And here's the best of both worlds. Go get Breece Hall in free agency, still draft Mike Washington in the third round.
If you go get a running back, if it's Breece Hall, if it's a return of J.K. Dobbins, if it's a J.K. Dobbins, you definitely have to continue to add to the room. But if you're adding a free agent with some star power and hope that guy can carry the load like J.K. did before injury and like we believe Breece would do as a Bronco, you have that luxury of the room is that guy and RJ. And then this next guy, whom is going to probably be a rookie, hey, you do get some training wheel time. It's not just you're in the fire right now and you better produce or the whole city's going to hate you. Roll with the training wheels for a couple of weeks.
Right.
Take those off. Let's see how you feel, and then we'll see what kind of role you can carve out for yourself.
I just like the idea of this team having a smash mouth running back. I like the idea of this team having a running back that can go out there and dominate when the chips are down. When it's a 4th and 1, I like the idea of giving it to a running back. Not having Bo Nix on the tush push, not having any sort of pass play that doesn't work, although with Bo Nix it probably would have worked. I like having the idea of a powerful back that can grind you down, wear you down exactly like Mike Washington does.
I love it, man. I love the idea. I love that you have him in a third-round pick. So, again, third-round picks need to become starters at some point in their NFL career, sooner rather than later, if you've got the right guy. But the scenario we're painting here of it's an RJ, it's a vet, and then a rookie that actually has a runway, and no one's going to go, yeah, he didn't do crap as a rookie, get him out of here. I think that's a smart play to build a running back room for the foreseeable future.
And I understand some people out there are nervous about a first-round running back. I've already mentioned Jonah Coleman all the time, and people, but that's a first-round running back. I don't know. I'm like, I would take Jonah Coleman in the first round.
I'll tell you, hands raised. I'm people. I'm nervous about first-round running back.
Okay, I get it.
And not because of the guys you're talking about,
Sure.
because of the guy that will come and coach them if they end up in the Broncos.
Yeah, and now I look at a Mike Washington, I say, okay, if you're nervous about a first-round running back like Jonah Coleman, grab you a Mike Washington from Arkansas.
All right, I like it. They certainly need to address the running back room, and who knows? Maybe it won't be Sean not calling the running plays. Maybe that'll be someone else calling the plays this year. That's a conversation that we're going to get into coming up in our 11 o'clock hour. Tribe, you tell us, Broncos country, what do you think? Third-round running back, Mike Washington from Arkansas. By the way, if you can find the highlight, I should have tweeted it out, but I don't live on social media. The highlight package I watched, he ran over a Texas safety as if it were me and I was trying to tackle Mike Washington. He made him look like a fool, dude. Lowered his shoulder and just put him on his ass. It was unbelievable to watch. So I like the name, and I really like that it might be a later option in the draft for these Denver Broncos. All right, let's talk about next steps. What are the next steps for Bo Nix? How about the team that was so close? What are reasonable next steps for both? That conversation's coming up next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and yet the results last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Dr. Tanya Paul's and Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment using your own natural hair. Advanced Hair restores your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning, and they guarantee your new hair will grow for life. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Free barbecue? Yep, absolutely free barbecue. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs, the barbecue lawyer at 303 Law 4040. It's 2026, and we are taking our free meal program to the next level, and I want you to help spread the word with me if you can. I got a brand new smoker, and this thing's a beast. It's over 6 feet tall, so we can cook that 1,000 pounds of free barbecue each and every month. Here's what you do. It's Eastern Hills Community Church, 4 to 6 p.m. every first and third Thursday. I'm smoking up delicious pulled pork or my addictive copycat Chipotle recipe, and we're serving it up for free. You just get in line, you pop the trunk, we put free groceries in your trunk, and then we ask you how many meals you need for the night. It's that simple, no questions asked. It's at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Help us spread the word, and if you have any questions, you can always call me. The barbecue lawyer's number is 303 Law 4040.
New deals, new wheels. AutoNation's New Year, New Wheels event is going on now. Drive any new or used vehicle 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Save thousands on Toyotas, Fords, Hondas, Chevys, Mercedes-Benz, and more. 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store today or AutoNation.com. On select models with approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
Hey, it's Philip Lindsay here. During my football career, I've seen every kind of medical tech there is. I finally stopped ignoring my joint pain, and I want to tell you guys about RegenRx. They have a blueprint to recovery that is next level. From stem cells to shockwave therapy, it's non-surgical and there's no downtime. Don't just settle for average results with outdated equipment. Go to a clinic that's leading the way. RegenRx offers free consultations, so you need to give them a call today at 303-630-9770 today or visit regenrx.co and let them know that Philip Lindsay sent you. Take back control of your life.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on most beds with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Need a new water heater? Euro Plumbing has lifetime warranties, great financing, and low pricing. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Trade Gen Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What are some reasonable next steps for Bo Nix, for the Denver Broncos? Is it as simple for the team as get to the Super Bowl? Because I think it can be. And what about for Bo Nix? That's where I want to start, Cease. And Kevin's done some homework for us about jumps that a third-year quarterback can make, and we're going to get to those. But when I thought about this segment, hey, all right, what does a next step look like? When it comes to Bo, I think what comes to the front of all of our minds, and we were just talking about this in the commercial break, is get over 4,000 yards passing. He was that close to doing it this year. And, of course, we're talking about regular season stats. And cross that 30 number of touchdown passes. When you have a quarterback that's throwing for 4,000 or more yards and getting north of 30 touchdowns, we already know who Bo is as a quarterback. If he's throwing for 30 touchdowns, I imagine that interception number is under 10 or just at 10, and that's a pretty good ratio as well. So next step, which I believe is very, very possible, and in fact, I don't even think I'm going out on a limb. Say, yeah, he will take this next step next season. 4,000 yards passing, 30 touchdowns for Bo Nix.
Yeah, and that's a fair number. In fact, it might be a little light.
Maybe.
Yeah,
might be a little light. He hasn't achieved it yet, so that's the next marker.
Sure,
you know?
right. And I thought this year he would be around 3,900 yards and about 30 touchdowns passing. And with Bo Nix next year, I haven't done my projections yet. Don't rush me, bro. But I would say, pushing for 4,500 yards passing isn't out of the realm of possibility. We'll have to see who they add this offseason, right? What kind of tight end weapon they add, running back weapon, pass catching weapons, wide receiver upgrades, which they're clearly going to be looking for.
More of Marvin, like we talked about
yesterday. Exactly. Hopefully more Marvin. That'll bump you up to about 4,500 yards. So I think
he was only 69 yards away this year.
Right. So 4,000, that's, I don't know, that's gravy. It just seems like that's something he will do. What's that next number? 4,500. What's the crazy number? What do we call it here? BHAG? Big hairy ass goal.
Okay, yeah.
What's the BHAG for? What's the BHAG for Bo Nix? 5,000 yards.
Really?
And how do I know he could do that? Because Drew Brees did it.
Well, and his coach will allow him to throw enough to get to that.
Yeah, number. Back to your point with Sean is like he just wants to throw all the time.
He's going to be throwing. That's
so I'm not
sure.
saying he'll get 5,000 yards this year, but that's a possibility with the Sean Payton offense.
I mean, look, if you look at kind of the trajectory of what they want to do, them being the Broncos. They've drafted young wide receivers. They paid Cortland Sutton. It didn't work, but they went out and got Evan Ingram. I imagine they're going to go out and get another tight end this year, either via the draft or free agency or a trade that we might talk about coming up here in the near future. They want Bo to throw for 5,000 yards. Sean wants that kind of offense to work. So, yeah, they're going to give him all the opportunities, and they'll continue. It's our whole offseason. It's all about Bo. This whole offseason's about Bo and getting him as close to a top-tier quarterback as you possibly can by the start, not by the end, by the start of year 3.
And if you look back at Sean Payton's history, and I'm not going to include Jarrett Stidham because I don't like talking about Jarrett Stidham. He let this team down. We should be at a Super Bowl party right now. We're not because of Jarrett Stidham. I'm not going to change my mind. Don't at me, bro. 3 years. He didn't spend 3 years with anyone except Drew Brees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you look back at his history, Tony Romo when he was at the Cowboys, Kerry Collins with the Giants when he was there, 3 years with Sean Payton. This is his third year of starting and actually playing. Not third year of sitting around carrying a clipboard and curling your hair like Jarrett Stidham. Sitting there, starting, playing good football. That is one Bo Nix. This is something that's a bit of a rarity with Sean Payton. To have that 3-year starter.
I think probably, unless you have your franchise guy, you're kind of ripping the Band-Aid off after a couple years if the quarterback's not the guy and start that process all over. All right, so what can that jump look like? Like I said, the yardage I'm not very concerned about. If it's that 4,500-yard number, again, that's achievable. We're talking about 569 yards to go get in year 3 that he couldn't get in year number 2. That jump is achievable. Kevin, you've done some research for us, and you brought up the name Josh Allen because that dude took a major jump from year 2 to year 3.
Yeah, I was looking to find guys who made that 4,000-yard mark jump in their third year from quarterbacks. And quite frankly, there's no one really done that in recent years. Bo's kind of he's on his own track. It's kind of weird. But, I was looking at Jordan Love. Well, he didn't play right away. Baker Mayfield, he was in Cleveland. That doesn't count. Sam Darnold, he just got good. But I went all the way back to 2018. He's way better than Drake May, we'll say that. I went back to 2018, and I started comparing him to Josh. So Bo in his first 2 years, 3,700, 3,900 yards. Josh Allen, 2,000 yards, 3,000 yards.
Wow. That's his first 2 seasons as a quarterback.
First 2 seasons. And then he made that jump to 4,500 yards. Bo had 29 touchdowns, 25. Josh had 10, 20 to 37.
Damn.
So we're looking for that 30 touchdown mark and 4,000-yard mark. I guess the closest guy to do it that compared to is Josh Allen. I'm not saying Bo's going to have a 4,500-yard season or a 37-touchdown season. He could, but that's kind of the most comparable quarterback jump that we can compare it to.
It's a good number because, like you were talking about with what this offense wants to be and who Sean is, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for 35-plus touchdowns, 4,500-plus yards, and a very limited interception number. That year that Kevin's talking about, he only threw 10 interceptions, did Josh Allen. So you have a plus 27 in your touchdown-interception ratio and north of 4,500 yards passing, a 69% completion percentage, which we know Bo is good at and can handle that. I'm hesitant to say he could go get those 37 touchdowns next year, but I don't think you're that crazy to talk about 4,500 yards.
No.
Josh did it in his second year or third year, and he wasn't good in the first 2.
Well, and here's the thing. I just looked at Drew Brees' numbers.
Oh, crap.
Oh, my God. I'm going to get super emotional number. I'm going to get super emotional. Spivak, you got to keep me in check here. His third year with Sean Payton, he threw for 5,000 yards.
Really? What year was that?
I might say Bo Nix threw
Wait,
for 5,000 yards.
What year was that of him in the NFL?
No, he'd already started. I mean, he'd played 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, 7 years.
Okay.
Right? So he had 8 years technically, although 2021 he didn't start a game. He played in 1 game. So, I don't want to get too crazy as the guy that says emotional things and people say is crazy. I kind of don't want to say he could throw for 5,000 yards, but I kind of do want to say.
See, I started at 4,000. You've already upped the ante
4,500,
and now you're at 5.
Now I'm at 5,000 because that
6,000.
It was 635 passing attempts. What was Bo's passing attempts this year, Kev? Because it's 635.
Over 600.
Yeah, so it's 635. 635 passing attempts, got 5,000 yards passing on only 65% completion percentage. We're talking about 69, which is always nice, but 65%, Bo's going to do that in his sleep. So I'm not saying 5,000. I'm not. I may very, very soon. But the third year that Drew Brees was with Sean Payton, he threw for 5,069 yards. There's your 69.
There it is. Drew Spivak?
Listen, I'm already back here watching videos of the Avalanche power play, getting irrationally angry back here, just ask Kevin. And now you come out and say stuff like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well,
let's bring it down a notch. Come on.
Okay, we'll bring it down a notch, and then you go coach the Avs power play because
somebody needs to.
You got any ideas for that?
I got some ideas. None of them are good.
Okay, all right.
It got to be better than Dave's. What's going on over there? All right, yeah, we're having some fun with it. I might be able to meet you at 4,500. I'm not quite ready for 5,000 just yet.
Okay.
Just yet.
I get it. And, that was not even the highest number of passes that Drew Brees threw with Sean Payton. And, again, you don't want him much over 600, but it's a possibility. You have to have better receivers. You have to have fewer drops. And one of the things when Sean was making fun of Kerry Colbert, because that's what he was doing, usually catch your hands with your thumbs together, or catch your passes with your thumbs together. I get it, Sean. So hopefully, whether it's Ronald Curry, did they hire Ronald Curry yet?
No, I just got interviewed.
Davis Webb get promoted yet? Pete Carmichael's out of here,
they have
right?
one more interview to do.
Okay.
One more interview to do.
Okay.
By the league standard. I'm not telling you that's what they're going to do, but they have to do at least one more interview.
Okay.
By the way, I don't know if you know this person, but someone on the RamosLaw.com text line is encouraging you to have an extra due today. Have an extra due today, Lammy. Your boy, Mr. Perry has left the building. I think he's talking about AT. I thought this person was Mr. Perry.
The Steelers signed him.
Yeah.
Steelers signed him to a futures deal.
So you pour one out for
one out for my homies. Yeah, for my homie AT Perry. You guys got pizza because of AT Perry. You all should love AT Perry.
I know, I do actually.
He's my favorite receiver that doesn't play.
Hey, I guarantee you wouldn't have the drops that everyone else did, right?
He wouldn't have
highest drop rate in the league. These guys.
He wouldn't have the catches either. Because he's not on the field.
Yeah, exactly. He's catching from the jugs.
Yeah.
What's that jugs? Did he take the jugs machine with him?
It's got his initials on it. It's like, that's mine.
That's my
chump.
jugs machine.
All right, good text right there. Nice work from the 412. All right, let's get into hour 2, quarter number 2. We learned that Aaron Gordon's going to miss another 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. So, does that news change how the Nuggets are going to handle the trade deadline that is in 6 days? We'll answer that question next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come see us in store. Shane Company engagement rings are crafted with care from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Talk about stepping up! Bang! Bang!
time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Ah, the Internet, a place where your curiosity can flourish. Unless online threats stop you. The Internet is wonderful, but you need to protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. NordVPN encrypts your browsing. Its Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com.
You know what it takes to win: the preparation, the game plan, the refusal to quit when things get hard. You bring that same mentality to your business every single day. But even the best teams need fans in the seats. At DenverSports, we put your business in front of Denver's most passionate, loyal audience, on air, online, and on the big screen. You've got the drive, we've got the reach. Visit us online at DenverSports.com. Let's build your roster.
Tune in Tuesday afternoons for Injury Insights with Zach Bai and Dr. Joseph Ramos to hear the latest injury news on your local teams and around the world of sports. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
The 2025 sell-off event is happening now at Beaux Arts Chevrolet in Park Meadows and Celebration Chevrolet in Aurora. Mention the fan and get 10% off service with tire rotation included. Offer while inventory lasts. All financing is based on approved credit. Incentives vary by model and availability. Select 2025 and 2026 models only. Service offer valid at Beaux Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet with Metro Station. See dealer for complete details.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Minnesota Duluth with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on ESPN Denver 1600, DU Lacrosse faces Cleveland State with pregame starting at 11:30, followed by CSU basketball starting at 7. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Omaha with pregame starting at 1:30, followed by DU Hockey skating with Minnesota Duluth in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got to do.
Today's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday!
Do it. Rolling with the tribe, rocking with you guys until 2 o'clock. That's when the drive gets in. Here's Zach Bibe, Philip Lindsay. Those boys will get you home. But, man, we got a ton to do today. Want to hear from you guys on the RamosLaw.com text line. You can keep your tribe roll call text coming in. Who are you? Where are you? What you doing for a buck out there today? 303-713-1043. Same deal on our YouTube page. Find the Denver Sports YouTube channel. Click subscribe, hit the Dover and Cecil stream, and you are in just like that. All right, we found out last night, and we heard from David Adelman earlier in the show, Cease, right at the top at 10, about the Aaron Gordon injury. They're not going to mess around with his hamstring that's been bugging him for a little while. They're going to shut him down for 4 to 6 weeks. He will then be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks. So this isn't like a Nikola Jokic type of thing, right? Like he's going to miss 17 or 18 games, and then he'll be back at 17 or 18 games.
Yes.
This is, let's see where he is. Can he play 3-on-3, ramp up to 5-on-5 in 4 to 6 weeks from right now, and then figure out what Aaron Gordon can do? I want to know if this injury has any impact one way or the other. They're not going to go do it, or now they're going to go do it with the trade deadline 6 days away now. Next Thursday is the NBA trade deadline. Will they have to go get someone, or now we kind of talked about the idea of maybe moving Payton Watson yesterday before you lose him to Los Angeles. Now maybe they just say, we can't because we can't trust Aaron Gordon's hamstring.
Yeah, isn't that done now?
Feels like it.
It's amazing that in a 24-hour cycle we can be like, hey, Los Angeles is going to get Payton Watson, so you might want to trade him here within the week. And now, 24 hours later, that's just done. You don't do that.
Feels like that.
Now, if you're going to make any sort of trades, YouTube chat's going nuts about getting Zeke Najee out of here, much to your pleasure.
To do that, yeah.
Right. Could they actually do that? Zeke's played some good basketball this year. He just has.
Yes.
So that has upped his limited trade value. That is now a little bit higher. Other than that, what sort of sweeping moves could they possibly do? I think you ride this out with AG. You don't trade Payton Watson. Payton Watson continue to do great things for this team. And you just make sure that wherever he's at, when you reevaluate him, it might take a little bit longer for him to feel at that 100% level. And going back to the Adam Mares tweet of like, hey, you got to have him for those 16 games. And he doesn't play 16-game stretches.
Not since 2 years.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since he's done that. So can you get him healthy enough where that is now a possibility?
Yeah,
that's your entire focus now.
And with the Payton Watson thing, which we hinted at yesterday, if they win a championship and lose him for nothing, all good. Nobody's going to be mad about that. There may be some Payton Watson diehard fans that are upset and they got his jersey in the closet. And, right, tough break, kid. But you got to go to a parade and celebrate for that. Now, losing Payton Watson, no championship, and he's wearing a yellow shirt that says Lakers across from it, that's a kick to the nuts.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what you kind of want to avoid, but you can't.
Right, not
really.
now. Not now.
Not now, and not in this situation, because it is all about that championship, and it is all about focusing on how to get this team as healthy as possible and make that run. You're maybe the only team that can push OKC to 7. You're maybe the only team, depending on where Giannis goes.
See what happens with the Rockets.
If Giannis goes to Detroit, if Giannis goes to Houston, depending on that, the Denver Nuggets may be the only team that can derail the Thunder from having another championship. They can only do that when they're as close to full strength as possible, because AG wasn't at full strength last year, and they still pushed him to 7 games.
You're right.
So get AG back. That's the number one focus, and get this team healthy. Get them ready. The chemistry will be there. Not worried about that. The timing will be there. I'm not worried about that, especially with a veteran like Aaron Gordon. So just get his health right so that he can trust that hamstring, the lift that you need, and it's about rebounding. It's about blocking shots. It's about jump shots. The three-pointers that we love from Aaron Gordon, that comes from the lift. That comes from that hamstring. He's got to be able to trust that mentally so he's not thinking about it or, worried about tweaking it. No, get him right as possible, and if that means you're less active during this trade market, so be it.
Well, the two things that you just said are 100% spot on. 3-point shooting and rebounding. They've gotten better because Big Val's back, and he can actually grab a rebound. Going to get Nikola back this weekend. They'll be better for rebounding, right? So that's a big issue. But that 3-point shot, you get to the playoffs, the court gets cut in half because you're spending extended time in your offensive zone, and there's less transition buckets. If he's not a threat to shoot the 3, it changes everything.
Yeah.
You can play off of him. You're sagging off defensively. You're crowding the paint. Going to make Nikola's life more difficult. You're also going to take away cutting lanes for a Payton Watson, for a Christian Brown when he comes back, because that's how those guys are going to score when they're fully healthy. Nobody's running sets for Payton when the team's healthy. He's good, but he has not earned that. They still have to move without the basketball. And if you can play off of somebody and create a congested passing lane, you're not only eliminating Aaron, you're taking a superpower away from Nikola as well.
Exactly. It's almost like you're taking 2 players out with 1 defender. Now I'm going to have a suggestion, and don't throw anything at me.
Okay.
I was looking at that basketball.
I know, I'm trying to make a shot from my seat here on the break.
The ceiling's too low here. Would you be open to the idea, would Aaron be open to the idea, that when you come back, you're a bench player?
And Payton's still a starter?
Yeah. Is that something where, hey, we're going to keep you healthy, we're going to need some of your scoring punch? Because his 3-point game, think how many clutch 3-pointers he made against the Clippers. Think about how many clutch 3-pointers he made against the Thunder. Like, just think of AG, just 3-pointers during that playoff run last year. Think of how much you need that.
Remember
now,
a huge rebound put back, too?
Exactly. So now, is it something you approach him and say, hey, body's not where it needs to be? We're going to limit your minutes, and we're going to bring you in off the bench.
I don't hate it at all, honestly. I'm thinking about what the bench looks like. You have Jonas as a rebounder, so that's not Aaron's primary job.
Right.
You have THJ throwing rocks in the ocean, so it's not his primary job to make threes.
Yes.
You honestly could say defend, rebound, And when you are left open, knock down your open shot.
Yeah, and we always
it's not a bad idea at all.
We also talk about the staggered lineup. I know that was a big conversation last year, and this year it's been like, well, everyone's got to be healthy for you to be able to see a staggered lineup because so many bench players are playing this year. But I just think of AG coming off the bench, maybe being the best formula. And not ideal. He's a starter forever, and honestly, he's my favorite current Denver Nugget, even over Nikola Jokic.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's just AG. I love his game.
Yeah.
Like, that style of game is the game that I love the most. So I love AG. It might be time to think about him as a bench player.
If I wanted to, be somebody, if I could Freaky Friday somebody and swap lives,
right,
it would be Aaron Gordon. You see that? You see how he looks? He's great at basketball.
Love his
and
hair.
He looks like that, and he has that hair.
Right.
So I would want to be. Although, Nikola in that suit last night, what is going on with his dude? He is stepping his fashion game up. Looked like a dang model last night sitting on the bench.
I could do without the checkerboard look.
You don't like it? I thought it was clean.
There was somebody on Twitter. I don't think I
may
liked
not have
it.
tried to find one on Amazon.
They said, hey, my mom's suit from the 90s, Nikola Jokic made it look good. I was like, it was the exact same suit. Some lady with the shoulder pads and the big 90s hair. Not the 80s hair, the 90s hair girl.
She's getting ready for a PTA meeting.
Yeah. So we did disagree on the fashion choice of last night. Most of the time, Joker looks, he's aces out there.
Now that you said it's a 90s lady suit, you're right. I can't see it any other way.
You see something like, I remember that. Hillary Clinton wore it at the DNC one year.
Right. I think my grandma Judy wore one of those to the first day of Lakeside to impress everybody. She was running HR over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that's exactly what it is. All right, Nuggets fans, you tell us. And by the way, we're going to dive deeper into this on Monday. I started to read some of Jake Coyne's, the Stat Squatch on Twitter.
That dude's amazing.
It's like a 13-page breakdown, but man, is it insightful. It really breaks down the repeater tax that the Nuggets are trying to stay out of, and they're really, really close. A simple Zeke Naji trade gets them out of that, and maybe it's a little more simpler now that he's actually performing to an NBA level. We'll get back to that and a ton of trade conversations coming at you Monday about the Denver Nuggets. All right, back to the Broncos. When it comes to VJ, when it comes to Davis Webb, is no news good news? I want to answer that, and we do have news about one staff member saying see you later to the Denver Broncos. We'll give you the details and tell you what that means coming up next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh my gosh, you'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Hellsberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
The Ultimate RV Show is returning to the Colorado Convention Center in Denver, Colorado. Admission is free. Join us January 28th through the 31st to shop special show pricing on over 300 fully staged new and used RVs. Get a first look at brand new models. Browse a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Check out the latest RV gear and accessories and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show at the Colorado Convention Center, January 28th through the 31st. Get your free ticket today at ultimatervshow.com.
What's up, everybody? It's Cecil. You'd love new windows. I'd love new windows. That's why I went to Window Nation. Why? Because I live in Roxborough. I deal with a ton of wind and cold winter months. Well, that means the higher heat bills. I don't want that. Well, how do you fight that? You fight it with new windows. Right now, Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows free sale. You can get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. It's time. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Visit windownation.com now. It's windownation.com.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, what does no news mean about Vance Joseph? What does the news we know about Davis Webb mean moving forward? And as of this morning, what does it mean that Pete Carmichael is saying see you later to Sean Payton and hello to Joe Brady? As Joe Brady was elevated from OC to HC, Pete Carmichael is now going to go over and have the title of OC for the Buffalo Bills. I don't know what the play calling will look like. That's a Buffalo problem, and I don't care about those losers. But I do want to know and wonder from the tribe, from Cecil Lammy, what, if any, impact this has on the Denver Broncos. Now, I tweeted this out. You want to hang out on Twitter at Joshua Dover, at Cecil Lammy. I tweeted out when I found out this morning that Pete was saying see ya. This isn't a big deal. Drama farmers and beat writers may want you to think it is, so you click on their things, but I don't think it's that huge of a deal. Look, the offense struggled a big chunk of this season. They really didn't start to figure some things out until November when Bo had that mini bye and then started to figure out his feet. Pete Carmichael and Joe Lombardi, they aren't the problem. They were never the solution. And it's no big deal at all that they will no longer be around. Once the Broncos complete a second interview, because the league tells them they have to, they'll hire Davis Webb. We'll find out whether or not Shawnee's going to give up his play calling duties. I'm rooting for that, but I'm not holding my breath. And this team is actually going to be better offensively because those guys are gone and Davis is elevated.
Well, let's put it this way, and this is very blunt, and I could be totally wrong, so, let me know your opinion. He got Pete Carmichael a job as a favor, basically.
Yeah.
This last year, Pete Carmichael, you want to talk about like repeating things or something that's unnecessary because it's a duplicate of what you already have with Joe Lombardi. That's what Pete Carmichael was. And again, I could be totally wrong in that assessment, but when they hired Pete Carmichael last year, I was like, why? Because he's Sean's buddy. He wants to get him a job. Okay. I'm not here to hand out jobs. You know, the Broncos shouldn't be here to hand out jobs. Yeah. Greg Penner's not there to just, who's your buddy, Sean? You want a job? Greg, get me a job, right? Like something. That's the thing. So
we're handing stuff out. I have a list.
Here you go.
Pre-made.
Pete Carmichael on to Buffalo. Good. What'd he do here? I don't know.
Nothing.
Didn't help anything. So what's going to happen? This is what I really feel could happen. And by the way, Sean Payton gave up play calling in New Orleans for Pete Carmichael, which was not great, Bob. So giving up play calling for Davis Webb, I think, is going to happen.
Yeah.
I think Davis Webb stays as your OC and play caller. Bo Nix's comments, our guy Luke Evans highlighted as well, and Andrew Mason caught it too in the Bo Nix conference call of like, we're going to have our OC, we're going to have our play caller, we're going to have
that's what I called yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You called that. Like, everybody's highlighting that and noticing that in what Bo said. So I believe that Ronald Curry could also be hired as a quarterback coach and pass game specialist.
So he would take Davis's job and Davis would take Joe's.
Because Davis's job is very important.
Yeah, it is.
And Davis would get the move up. He would be the offense coordinator. He would have play calling duties to kind of, convince him to stick around. He withdraws from the Raiders for a couple of reasons, but I think that other reason is he knows he can get the calls here. He can call the plays here for Sean Payton. Sean needs the help. And then you hire Ronald Curry, who Sean wanted as his OC back in 2023, wasn't able to make it happen. So you hire Ronald Curry as the guy in waiting when Davis Webb takes a head coaching job, next year or in a couple of years. So having Curry as your quarterback coach, give him another title so he gets that promotion. He can come over. Broncos have Curry in place and Davis Webb as their OC. I see that as something that's very likely to happen here in the near future.
You remember like the New Orleans stuff? I don't really need that. I know that it's the good old boy network, and Sean has his guys, and he's got a line of those guys, and it's not unique to Sean. Every NFL coach has their guys, and when they can get them a job, they get their guys.
And those guys are good, by the way, because Belichick's coaching tree is a twig.
Yeah.
It's a stick. I'm not talking about Jordan Hudson, who's no longer dating him, by the way.
Oh, really?
They broke up. She only dates first ballot Hall of Famers. So, Sean Payton has a coaching tree of good coaches. It's like Mike Shanahan. Everybody's a Shanahan disciple, right? Because they're not Sean McVay disciples. That comes from Mike Shanahan.
Yeah.
Actually, it comes from Bill Walsh. But still, that's
like a generational. When you say you're a Mike Shanahan tree, older guys are like, Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh.
When you say you're McVay, we're like, Mike Shanahan.
It's Mike Shanahan.
Are you in your 20s, your 40s, or your 60s?
So even though it is a good old boy network and it is like New Orleans all over again, okay, great. Get more than one ring, Sean.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't need remember Jeff Fisher, your old 7-9 BS? I don't need your New Orleans BS. I want Davis Webb a part of this, and I want Davis as part of it as long as he possibly can be. That feels like it's just one more season, but let's give him the responsibility. Let's win a damn Super Bowl. Let's show the world or really show Sean that you don't have to control everything to be successful. And in fact, when you hand out responsibilities and you're the guy in charge, you're going to get the same amount of credit as you would have if you were doing every inch of the work.
I do like the idea of Ronald Curry here, not at the loss of Davis Webb. I want both. I want to be greedy.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
want Davis Webb as the OC calling plays, and I want Ronald Curry here as well. And you would like Curry as well because not only is a former North Carolina wide receiver, he also played basketball for the Tar Heels.
No way.
Yeah, so he's a hooper.
And doing it in North Carolina, a real hooper.
Yeah, so he's a real hooper.
Kevin hates him now.
Sorry, Kev. He totally hates him. But
real hoopers play Carolina.
Michael Jordan, best of all time.
Yeah. He's all right.
He's all right.
I'm not opposed to a Ronald Curry. Like I said,
as long as Davis Webb's here.
It's not at the cost of Davis Webb. Davis Webb is the Broncos. I know we're doing Bo's board, and all of the players matter more than coaches do because they have to go out and execute. But, man, after the players, there is nobody that matters more right now for the Denver Broncos than Davis Webb. And that's even with VJ in this kind of conversation, again, because they have the horses on that side to keep it rolling. They need Davis Webb around. Bo needs Davis Webb around. We heard that from him yesterday.
Right. And keeping Davis Webb is paramount for this team to make another run at the Super Bowl and this time get there. Bo Nix with Davis Webb has been magical. He's done a great job being that buffer, much like Gary Kubiak was a buffer, for Mike Shanahan and John Elway. And that's one of those things of like, you need that guy that can be like, oh yeah, that's coach. He's a little whatever. We know what to do.
Yeah.
Davis Webb has been that guy, even at the famous Sean Payton's yelling at Bo Nix, and then who gets in between them? It's Davis Webb.
And Davis was barking back a little bit, too, on behalf of Bo.
Exactly. So you kind of need that. You need your 12:45 guy, although Bo's probably not even awake at 12:45.
No,
He's
no
not
chance.
staying out that late.
No chance.
No way.
No news, good news about VJ? Haven't heard anything?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's a VJ drop. VJ had so many great drops. I'm not sure. I'm very perplexed by this because I thought Vance Joseph would be hired by Arizona on Wednesday at the latest.
Same.
Adam Schefter said, hey, Wednesday, all this stuff's going to go down, and we're still waiting. And if you're Arizona, there have been some saying, well, they're waiting for Clint Kubiak too. Oh, okay.
The Raiders are going to give him whatever he wants.
Exactly.
It's up to him saying yes or no.
Right. And what can you offer him? The Raiders are going to have Mendoza as a possibility. You've got Kyler Murray. Who, I
don't know that Mendoza is saving any franchises.
But you want to start with Kyler Murray?
No, I definitely don't want
Hey,
that.
we're going to have a guy that you're going to move on from eventually because you can't move on from him right now.
Yeah.
Maybe you can move on from him. Who would trade for him? I don't know. I'm perplexed that they haven't hired Vance Joseph. He would be a great head coach for them. And maybe they do eventually, but right now it's just still the waiting game.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange because it seemed like that was the surefire, no doubts that Vance was going to be the coach.
Yeah, we didn't think Joe Lombardi would get fired, and then he did, and now it's going to keep Davis Webb, promote him, and then the Jim Leonard thing, Jim Leonard's waiting around. It's like he's got interest. Vance Joseph moves on, and then Jim Leonard gets promoted. I think that's good for the Broncos. We're just waiting on that to happen.
I would say if you're a part of the group that wants VJ to stay around, we're 5 days away here now, and that's got to be a good sign that it's not completely done yet. So we'll revisit that conversation because I want to talk about what the staff would look like if VJ and Jim Leonard are both gone. Because you're right, Cecil, how long is he going to just kind of sit around and wait to get an answer? Meantime, let's continue this conversation and a couple things we never got to when George Payton met the media this week. Does George Payton regret not adding a wide receiver for Bo at the trade deadline? Was that the missing piece? Want to hear what George had to say when asked that question coming up next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder, now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
For 60 years,
oldest Toyota location has served Colorado drivers. And today, Groove Toyota carries that legacy forward with family-owned values and a smarter way to buy. Right now, Groove Toyota has over 150 used vehicles on one lot, with more than 50 priced under $15,000. So finding something that fits your budget is easier than you think. Inventory changes daily. See what's available today at GrooveToyota.com or visit us on Broadway in Inglewood. Groove Toyota. Start here. Go anywhere.
Brendan Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
It's Chuck Devine with snowcountry.com. You expect more from yourself, expect more from your money. Get started today at robinhood.com/yourmoney. A little bit of fresh snow in the mountains, always a good thing in a year where that's been hard to come by. And Loveland just picked up another 3 inches of fresh snow. They're on 3 dozen trails. They groom about a dozen of those slopes. Winter Park, a little bit of fresh snow, 105 pack powder trails, and Cooper skiing and riding on 40 slopes. Aspen Mountain and Snowmass both around 85% of their terrain. And A-Basin skiing and riding 29 pack powder trails, variable conditions, and machine groomed snow. Let's check in with Scott with good coverage at Monarch.
Next time, check out Monarch Mountain's No Name Basin that just opened this week. Over 300 acres of cruisers and powder-filled glades that lead you down to the all-new Tomichi Triple Chair. Now you can ski or ride both sides of the Continental Divide.
Monarch now on 78 pack powder trails, and Wolf Creek with 42 miles of pack powder. Copper Mountain, 110 trails. Get more at snowcountry.com.
Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Minnesota Duluth with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on ESPN Denver 1600, DU Lacrosse faces Cleveland State with pregame starting at 11:30, followed by CSU basketball starting at 7. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Omaha with pregame starting at 1:30, followed by DU hockey skating with Minnesota Duluth in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
Other Broncos fans out there that have regrets about what the team did not do?
No regrets.
At the NFL trade deadline. It was a question thrown at old George Payton on his end-of-season press conference this week. We never got a chance to talk about it, and I wanted to do that here on a Friday. So, George, do you regret not adding a wide receiver at the deadline?
No, I don't regret that. I mean, at the time we had we like our receiving group. I don't think our receiving group, held us back from this game. I don't look at it like that.
Wrong.
We got some young receivers and Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin and Mimsy and Sut. I don't think that's the reason we didn't make the Super Bowl. I think those guys, in their own right, had good years. We had some injuries in the end that hurt us. Going back to Buffalo, we had 3 receivers. For the rest, I think from the second quarter on, that's tough. And then in this game we had 4. We always look at everything. I don't think. What was available, would have made much of a difference, for us.
All right, couple of interesting things to hear. By the way, 43 drop passes from the receivers this year, the most in the NFL over the last 2 years. Pay attention to this term. I want to play it again in just the beginning of this. We liked our wide receivers at the time. Listen how he says this.
No, I don't regret that. I mean, at the time we had we like our receiving group.
Is there anything there? Again,
yeah.
At the time, and then he kind of stops.
Right.
He's thinking about his next words carefully. We liked our receiver group. And he's saying at the time. Okay, simple follow-up question. Again, I wasn't there, didn't get to ask the question.
What about right now? Do you still like your wide receiver group? Cecil, do you still like their wide receiver group?
I like them when they're fully developed, but when they're not fully developed, you need more help. And it's one of the reasons why there were so many rumors about this team adding a wide receiver before the trade deadline. We wanted him to add a running back before the trade deadline. His name was Breece Hall. Want him now in free agency. But how many times did we hear Jalen Waddle's name attached to the Denver Broncos? It was more than once. It was actually quite a bit. So was there something there? Were they nosing around Jalen Waddle? Why were they looking at, an explosive number one receiver? Like, okay, what was that about? I'm happy with our receivers. How happy? You know what I mean? Like what on the scale, on the happiness scale, what are we talking about? I can't say that he was telling the truth there. Happy with him at the time. Huh? Okay. Well, you shouldn't just be happy with him because that's being content. And the enemy of success is contentment, of just like resting. Drifting is what I call it. I don't want to drift with these wide receivers. I want these wide receivers to be better. But when they're young and they're not fully developed, you've got to have guys that you can lean on when the young guys aren't going to get there. And receiver takes 3 years. That's why Marvin Mims should have done more. He called him Mimsy. Mimsy should have done more this year because they should have had him do more. It's not Marvin Mims. Mims is ready. You saw that in Buffalo, 8 for 93 and a touchdown. He could be doing that on a near weekly basis if the team would have given him a chance.
One of our texters, just speaking of Mims, I lost the text, so I'd give you a shout out. Said there's this punt returner from Iowa you could go get late and then let Marvin just be your wide receiver, which we talked about yesterday, kind of rebounding off of a Chris Thomason article. Yeah, I mean, you look at Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant. That's your core, right, of your wide receivers and who's going to be involved in this. We know Sutton still has probably a couple of years left performing at a pretty high level. Mims, we need to see get there. Troy, Pat also need to see get there. I mean, of those 3 younger guys, yes, Marvin needs to be better in that 3rd year, and some of that's out of his control. Pat Bryant is the one that you and I kind of identified early and then saw in moments of this season when he's right how much of an impact he can make. If I could fast forward or fast track someone's development, it's PB. Because that dude's Bo's number 1 wide receiver. I just don't know if it's this year, the following, or how quickly that comes.
Yeah, and how quickly does it come? It matters because when he's still developing, you need someone that can threaten a defense. Pat Bryant can be that guy. Pat Bryant is clutch. Pat Bryant was a great pick. Got to keep him healthy. Worried about that now. Hopefully just wears Guardian caps. Whatever it does for aesthetically. Just wear the Guardian cap, dude. But he's got to stay healthy and he's got to develop. But in the meantime, you can't just wait. You can't wait around. This is a production-based business. You got a Super Bowl on the line. You're a Super Bowl contending team already. Now, 2026, they're a Super Bowl contending team. How far do you get? Depends on the play of your wide receivers and helping Bo Nix elevate his game. If he's going to get that 4,500, 5,000 yards passing, I'm going to say it, you've got to have these receivers step up.
Our dude Calvin in Kentucky, a loyal tribe member, he wrote, Cecil was right with 13 wins, 5,500 yards, 45 touchdowns. It's my mile-high moment. Mark it.
Kev didn't even have that as his mile-high moment.
Nice text from Calvin in Kentucky. That's good work right there. Then when I saw this and heard George talk about wide receivers, my brain did go back to that trade deadline. Who were they talking about? Who were they flirting with? And remember the name Jalen Waddle kept popping up there at the trade deadline. Are you in the business of, with your draft picks, going to find a veteran wide receiver? Jalen Waddle's just the name that we have in front of us. Doesn't have to be him, but a player like that.
Well, and we're doing Bo's Board every day at 10:30 right here on this show. The only place you're going to hear the best draft information is right here on the Fan. It is at 10:30 when we do Bo's Board. It's not always rookies. It's not yet been a wide receiver. Because unless you're trading for a wide receiver, which is also be part of Bo's Board, there'll be some trades to talk about. I look at the group of free agent wide receivers, and they're either way too expensive, like an Alec Pierce, or they're, not good enough, like a Noah Brown. I've scoured the names as far as free agent wide receivers. I personally believe that you're not going to get the help that you need, and I'm the guy that stares at everybody's practice squad. My favorite job would be the guy that is the pro scout for the Broncos. It would be Jordan Dizon's job, right? I'm going to look at everyone else's team to see who can help us. I love that.
Yeah.
And Jordan's great at it, by the way.
See, my favorite
Future
job is
GM Jordan Dizon.
Greg Penner. That's the one I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Future GM Jordan Dizon. Book it. Book it. It's going to happen. By the way, Vikings just fired their GM today.
Yeah.
Weird. We'll talk about it. But I look at that, and I look at everybody. I'm looking at these free agent wide receivers, brother. I'm telling you, as a man, like, I don't see the help that you need outside of, like, maybe some part-time help or whatever. I don't see – there's no Emmanuel Sanders. I remember when Emmanuel Sanders was picked up by this team, and he had 4 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers, never had a 100-yard game. And people thought I was crazy. It was the old ESPN Denver days. But I said, hey, this Emmanuel Sanders guy, this is a perfect fit. He's going to blow up. He's going to be a 1,000-yard guy. People said I was crazy. Guess what Emmanuel Sanders did? There's nobody like that. There's nobody like Noah Brown just waiting for his opportunity. That does not exist this year. I've looked at everybody. So a wide receiver that is added that would be a veteran would need to come here via trade.
Yeah. And look, you have multiple draft picks. Now, can you find players in this draft to help you out this year? I believe you can.
Sure,
but can you use those assets to go get you a player that can help you out this year? I know you can do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And based on George Payton's Q Robinson's talk, maybe there's an edge on the trade block. And I don't think it's Nick Benito or Jonathan Cooper.
Can't trade those guys.
I personally don't believe it's either. I don't think it's Joan Ellis either. It might be like a Dondre Tillman, but they want to get Q Robinson some more work. And Q Robinson's going to get some work. So maybe even trading an edge. It's a nice edge class, though, as well in the draft. Maybe teams look there.
To your point, Dondre it's an ERFA where they can still control him, but he's not going to play a lot and he can go get paid somewhere else. I think George's the kind of guy that goes, I recognize your situation.
Right.
I'm not going to block you from getting dough.
Right. George will help a guy get in a good situation.
Yeah, I agree.
And as an ERFA, you either play football for the team that has your rights or you don't play.
Right.
Or you don't play. As an ERFA, you have no – it's not restricted of like someone else can offer you. No, your choice is I play for the Broncos or I don't play football.
And the price tag's the minimum in most cases.
Yeah. Dondre Tillman's worth way more than the minimum.
Yeah, you're right. He's come on here the last couple of years. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Just a conversation. Like I said, I thought it was interesting that George mentioned that about wide receivers the other day and just kind of the way that he mentioned it. All right, we got to check our X. What's happening on Twitter that we want to share? A couple things. This tweet I have, the luster might have been lost on the Belichick and Jordan breakup, but a great tweet about that couple I got to share. And we have, I know Kevin cares about this, the uniforms for Super Bowl 60. We'll share it next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You're listening to Sports Talk Radio at work. So is your competition. So are your customers. Denver sports fans don't half listen. They argue. They text in. They remember stats from 1998. They remember who sponsors their obsession. Audio, video, or online. We've got every angle covered. DenverSports.com. Make your move.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
You've probably heard of a man named Lee Iacocca. Lee, an amazing automobile executive, may be best known as the man who developed the Ford Mustang. But here at Alpine Bank, member FDIC, his skills ran much deeper. My name is Glenn Jamron. I'm president of Alpine Bank, member FDIC. Lee Iacocca knew the key to success. It was friendship. Lee said that if a person finds 3 true friends over the course of life, they are blessed. Over the years, you've taught Alpine Bank that loyalty leads to deep and lasting friendships. You get back when you give out. You give loyalty and friendship, you receive loyalty and friendship in return. That makes sense to Alpine Bank. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
Brandon Stokely here for Colorado's hometown HVAC team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Is your heating system struggling to perform and need to be traded? It has never been easier to get a quote for a new heating system. Rocks Heating and Air offers a free online heating and cooling quoting system so that you can quickly and accurately get pricing on a new system. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. Hey, I got a real cool story I wanted to share with you. Many years ago, my lovely wife Kimberly wrote down a prayer that said, God, make me a lighthouse so I can be a light to others when they're in a dark place. She filed that card away both in her heart and her prayer box. And then about 3 years ago, I asked my wife to leave her job in corporate America and come help me open up 303 Law 4040. And she absolutely loves it. She really feels like helping other people when they are hurting and don't know what to do is her calling. So here's the really cool part. A few weeks ago, a client came in to pick up a check and said to Kim, I really want to thank you. You were a lighthouse to me when I was in a dark place. It gave me chills when Kim told me that. If you've been hurt in an accident, it really is our honor to help you in your time of need. Call us anytime at 303 Law 4040, where you always get to speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. That's 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Don't at me, bro. It's time to check your ex.
Why are you stalking me?
No, not that ex. Twitter, unfollow. Here's Dover and Cecil to help you swipe, scroll, and screenshot your way through today's top headlines.
Power of social media. I'm on Team Gets It.
All right, my first tweet. I got a couple. Cecil's got a couple. You got some tweets you want us to talk about on the show? Send them our way. At Joshua Dover, at Cecil Lammy. I feel like the wind had been taken out of my sails before I got to this because you let me know that there's a rumor out there that they've broken up.
Yeah, did
Bill
you see that?
Belichick and Jordan
Hudson.
Jordan Hudson.
Yeah, we're not talking about it.
I didn't see the rumor, but I'm sad because I didn't get this on in front. Oh, there we go. That's for them, Kev. I appreciate that.
I have some advice for Bill Belichick if he would merely take it from me as an older man as well.
Sure.
She's not yours. It's just your turn.
Yeah, that's right. And I would like to advise, what are they, in the Carolina area? If you are an elderly gentleman with deep pockets, watch out. She's a-looking.
Yeah.
And she's a-liking.
Yeah.
But I saw this, and like I said, now it's not as cool. But a tweet, Kevin Sorbo, I guess, tweeted this out. The actor, Kevin Sorbo.
Hercules.
He writes, Bill Belichick waited 49 years for his girlfriend to be born. He can wait one more year for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, my God.
That is a great tweet.
Oh, my God.
And that's what this segment is all about right there.
Yes.
Thank you, Hercules.
Hercules off the top rope.
For that tweet. That is outstanding work.
Okay, yes.
So is Bill, like, super sad now? What's going to happen with his football team?
Is this even real? It's the internet. Who knows?
Probably not real. All right.
He's probably making her a mixtape. I got a cassette of songs for you, sweetheart.
He busts out a record. She's like, what is this? Well, you don't have an 8-track player, girl? All right. Ian Rappaport, little fella on the NFL Network. He has the tweet out at Rap Sheet. The uniform matchups for Super Bowl 60. Navy is what the Seahawks are going to roll with. Their dark blue uniform combo there. While the Patriots, what are they calling this? I can't read what that is called. But they're basically wearing the same thing they wore against the Broncos.
Okay.
So they're going Bronco look, that all white with the silver gray lid, while the Seahawks go navy.
Did you see the end zone painting?
No, not
It's
yet.
the same damn colors. Well, you're colorblind, but
Right.
it's the Patriots and the Seahawks, so the end zones look kind of the same.
Like with the silver paint and all that?
Well, they're dark blue. So the dark blue
okay.
from both teams, it's like, it's probably the way the Broncos season ended, but I couldn't be less interested in the Super Bowl this year. And I'm the football guy, and I couldn't be less interested. Now I'll watch, of course. I'll be tuned in and excited and all that eventually, but I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter because it should be Bo Nix hoisting the Lombardi Trophy this year.
This might be the first time in my football viewing life where I'm usually like, all right, Super Bowl parties are cool, if you're with the right people and the right crew. But it's like, hey, it's about the game. Watch the game. Please shut up. And if you want to talk about the commercials, go watch it in another room. I'm here to watch the game. Please don't talk. I could not care less. I'm with you. Like, I'm going to watch. I'm going to go to a party or maybe have you guys at the house. And it's like, talk all you want. Let's gamble. Let's go to the garage in the first quarter. Who cares? This doesn't mean anything. Let's just hang out together. That's what it's about this year.
Okay. Your goal is to hotbox Kev this year.
Pretty much, yeah.
There you go, Kev.
I think we can accomplish that.
Waka, 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 waka. Yeah.
All right, Cease, what's happening on your timeline?
Of the stuff I can talk from about my timeline. You ever heard the saying, go big or go home?
Yeah. And then I broke my femur.
People seriously underestimate my willingness to go home. Like it's literally my only daily goal most of the day.
I actually didn't even want to be here.
Right.
So I can leave if you'd like.
That was from Eric Alper on Twitter of people who say go big or go home seriously underestimate my willingness to go home. So what? I could go home?
Right. I saw I think it was somebody that I went to high school with on Facebook post. Isn't it annoying when you get an errand to run on your way home? Like you get off work and then the lady or the mister calls you and you're like, hey, can you stop by? And I'm like, you just took 15 minutes away from me being off the couch. When I get off of work, and this is now because, I'm with you as an old guy now, like the social stuff, I would actually, the term house poor.
Yeah.
You're going to buy this house and be house poor? Hopefully. I'd love to sit here and not do anything.
I love this big, beautiful house that I pay way too much for.
Exactly. Spent a bunch of money making my backyard nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to chill in it for about 3 or 4 years.
Spivak spends all his time on his back deck because it's beautiful.
It's awesome, yeah.
Who doesn't want to do that?
His deck inspired my deck. Whoa.
Careful with that.
Sorry, Kev. Kev just shakes his head at the dumb stuff that we say.
It's a daily thing.
All right.
Okay. This one's weird. This one's very weird. And Schefter had this yesterday. And the responses on Twitter, I can't read that response, but that response is my response. So the NFL has officially appointed, and apologies, I'm a chucklehead on the radio. I don't know who this guy is.
Can I
right?
say something real fast?
Yeah.
To be someone that has no responsibilities and can say whatever you want on the internet, there's got to be a feeling of freedom what comes along
we don't
with
get
that.
to enjoy.
Yeah.
The NFL has officially appointed influential storyteller Dar Man, and again, maybe he's the greatest guy ever, I have no idea, as its first ever chief kindness officer. What? I thought this was a darn Schefter when I first read it. What? Their first ever chief kindness officer and creator of the week for Super Bowl 60.
So what is he going to do?
I have no idea. Nobody knows. I looked at all the responses to Schefter because it's like, okay, who is Dar Man? Don't know. And if somebody does, please tell me. I'd like to be more educated and like, hey, no. Actually, Dar Man is really cool and does these cool videos or whatever. I have no idea. The first ever chief kindness officer.
I'm watching a video of him on YouTube.
Dude,
that's from the NFL.
Lyle Alzado played in this league.
It's so stupid.
Randy Gradishar, Jack Youngblood played in this league. Jack Ham, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mean Joe Green, Ed Too Tall Jones, Aaron Donald, for the love of God.
Bill Romanowski spit on a guy's face.
This league is about violence, and people love the violence. They maybe don't want to talk about it, but they love the big hits. They love the violence. They love talking trash to the fans. Now, don't do anything stupid like get drunk and try to beat up another fan. I did see that Patriots Broncos. There was a little dispute outside the stadium. Don't be that guy.
The guy that got knocked out.
Yeah. It's just stupidity. But the first ever chief kindness officer.
That's so stupid. Them trying to cater to the sensitive crowd. That's what, and you know what? All that stuff you just said about everybody loving big hits and wanting to talk about it, we all want to do that still.
Yes.
It's those guys that say we can't.
Right. No. Hey, it's all peaceful and gentle and kind. I'm like, okay, again, don't be a dumb fan, but okay, explain to me what Chief Kindness Officer is. And Creator of the Week, he's probably going to do some videos or whatever. But I had an idea then, and maybe I should hit up Shefty and then see if he could get it to Roger Goodell. I do not have Roger Goodell's number. So if they're going to have a Chief Kindness Officer for Super Bowl 60, can I be the Chief Hatred Officer? Because I hate Seattle and I hate New England. Can I do that? Can I do that, please? I just go out there and I just hate on it? Can I wear a Bo Nix jersey and be like, none of you guys that are beating Bo Nix, none of you guys out there, Seahawks, Patriots, you guys wanted to beat Bo Nix, so I'm going to be the Chief Hatred Officer wearing Broncos gear, rocking it in Santa Clara.
See, it's like we're like the new version of time-traveling haters. It's you, me. For some reason, I got John Davis in my mind.
The haters are here.
He's standing right next to us. Someone's doing that little Charlie Murphy shimmy. You know what I mean? Just shaking the whole time. Dude, I would love to be paid to be a hater.
Yes.
That would be outstanding.
We could make all the videos, right?
Yeah.
We could have all the videos. We could go viral. Just like Mr. Darman, you Darman.
I also want to know how much he's getting paid. If that it's a lot. If he's getting paid more than I'm getting paid, I'm mad.
Oh, you know it's a lot. But the NFL has hired a first ever Chief Kindness Officer, and I have never hated the NFL more than this moment.
That's a good one. That's a good one because football and kindness, not really what I'm looking for in my cup of tea.
No, I want to talk trash, and I want to see some violent hits.
Yeah. I used to go on Monday morning, go to NFL.com and see the 5 biggest hits of the day with a nice little soundtrack underneath it. I'd like to do that.
We have a larger conversation. Remind me of this because what happened inside the NBA, how the ESPN's like burying inside the NBA.
They did a 28-minute show this week.
Yeah.
A 28-minute show.
And then we got to talk about the stupid, like, Ryan Clark should be considered for the Steelers. Like, Stephen A. said that. Could be considered for the Steelers head coach. Like, all the stupidity with ESPN, like, what happened there? But I'm here to tell you, man, like, oh my God, you have a Chief Kindness Officer? On ESPN, there used to be a segment called You Got Jacked Up.
Yeah.
That we all waited for. They used to sell DVDs of the biggest hits in the league. And now it's like, let's get a Chief Kindness Officer. Again, explain to me who Darman is, explain to me what a Chief Kindness Officer is, and explain to me why in the hell did the NFL do this?
Sounds like a real soccer type of move. This is not soccer. You're going to get hit and you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Chief Kindness Officer. Kind of want to egg his house. We can find out where it is. All right, let's get into our lunch hour. We will continue our conversation about what we watched last night with the Nuggets and the Avalanche. The Avs continue to struggle. They may be driving the struggle bus in the NHL right now. We'll talk about what's wrong with them and unfortunately have to share some bad news about Aaron Gordon coming up next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Fellas, what's going on? Josh over here to talk to you about my team over at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. I've been working with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 2 years. They changed my life when it came to testosterone levels. They can do it for you. They can change your life if you're not having sex anymore because of erectile dysfunction, and check out what they're going to focus on this year. They're going even further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. It's all designed to boost your energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and probably the most important one because it's just so hot right now, right? Accelerate that fat loss. So fellas, check this out. If you go talk with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic about their body composition plans, they'll get you on the right track. You're going to start eating the right way, burning the weight off the right way, and if your T levels are right, you're going to feel like a 25-year-old man again. What the heck are you waiting for? Get to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com right now to set up your first appointment. Maybe you want to talk to somebody on the phone. Call them today, 720-440-7900. They're up in their game this year. You should do the same at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal.
Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Denver football faithful. Join Cherry Hills Community Church February 8th for their Super Sunday celebration at the 9 or 10:30 a.m. services. Hear guest speaker and former Bronco Joel Dreesen. Come for a full day of family-friendly fun and a chance to win a Broncos football, autographed by John Elway, Bo Nix, and Peyton Manning. Kids can enjoy an NFL-style experience. The whole family can enjoy free food. It's a Super Sunday celebration on February 8th at Cherry Hills Community Church. Learn more at cherryhills.com/events.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Colorado homes face more risk than ever from intense weather, including wildfire exposure. 5280 Exteriors prioritizes fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance exterior upgrades with reliable quality installations. Protect your home with James Hardy siding, TimberTech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows, all designed to stand up to heat, weather, and time. They also offer 60 months no-interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastry at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
All Americans should do what they can to prepare for the future. Donald Trump Jr. here with an important message. More and more Americans are looking for ways to diversify their hard-earned money, and gold is the perfect solution. For example, a gold IRA from my trusted friends at the Birch Gold Group lets you diversify your IRA or 401k into physical gold with zero taxes and zero penalties. You stay in control with a tangible asset that's held value for thousands of years. And right now, Birch Gold is offering a free info kit to help you understand how it works. Just text the word SECURE, SECURE, to 989898. There's no pressure, no obligation, just the facts. You can't predict the future, but you can be prepared, but only if you educate yourself. So take that first step right now. Text SECURE to the number 989898 today. That's SECURE to 989898.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Minnesota Duluth with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on ESPN Denver 1600, DU Lacrosse faces Cleveland State with pregame starting at 11:30, followed by CSU basketball starting at 7. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Omaha with pregame starting at 1:30, followed by DU hockey skating with Minnesota Duluth in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
Friday? You ain't got no job, and you ain't got to do.
Today's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday!
A regular here, a certified tribe member, you know what we're going to encourage you to do on a Friday at lunch. No return lunch. It's over. You don't have to go back. Leave your laptop up, the light on, and no one will be the wiser. You know why? Because everybody's trying to leave early today, including your boss. So no return lunch. You're done for the day. You need anybody to chat your boss up? Well, we can do that for you. We'll let them know you're out for the day. Hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line at 303-713-1043. Same deal on our YouTube page. Love to hear from you and see you in the YouTube chat. Get to the Denver Sports YouTube channel. Subscribe to that bad boy while you're there, and then click the Dover and Cecil stream, and you're in just like that. All right, Cecil, we're going to look back at what we watched last night, including a not-so-pleasant conversation about the Avalanche, but a more pleasant sort of conversation with the Denver Nuggets because they won. They were able to hold on and beat the Brooklyn Nets last night by a score of 107-103. That's something else we're starting to see. Remember when the team was healthy, and I'm like, just go score 130. You're going to win. When Joker first went down and with everybody being out, they were still flirting with 120.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're struggling to get to 110. You're starting to see the deficiencies show their head. But Tim Hardaway Jr. did the heavy lifting in the first half. The dude could not miss. Even his heat checks were nothing but nylon. And then in the third quarter, well, no one was good. The Nuggets scored 15 points in 12 minutes of basketball in the third quarter. Then insert Jamal Murray. He did the heavy lifting in the fourth quarter, closed the door, and sealed the deal with a victory for the Nuggets. And how could I forget Jonas Valanciunas?
Right.
He gets the credit, too. 2 huge free throws. The 7-footer was perfect from the free throw line at 4 for 4, and none bigger than his last 2.
Yeah, and the last 2, and giving Jamal a little bit of grief there during it. You love that kind of interaction between the teammates. One of the most underrated things about Jamal Murray that, honestly, I think he's always had, and with big fella, it's easy to have that, but Jamal understands the timing of when it's his time.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone else, things are falling apart. Third quarter, you let him back in the game. It's my time. I'm Jamal Star. So this year, even more so than previous seasons with Jamal Murray, you see him take over, have that ability and that timing to know that. A lot of guys will try to take over. It's like, it's not your time yet. Or you do take over, but then you peak too soon. Now you get a little cold. Now the other team comes back. Jamal has an understanding, and I personally believe he always has, of like, this is my moment. Now is my time. Give me the rock.
Yeah.
Give me the rock. He's not afraid of that. I'll go back to the missed free throws in the Pistons game. What David Adelman say?
I want to shoot again.
I hope you get to shoot him again. Jamal Murray's not afraid of that moment. He certainly wasn't afraid of that moment. And the MPJ thing had everyone's emotions on high last night. But it was great to see Jamal have that, it's my time.
Yeah.
Give the rock to me.
He talked about that after the game, kind of picking up or taking on the burden. He's kind of specifically talking about when guys are out, but I think you're right, too. He's so good at – Timmy was lights out. He was unconscious in the first half.
Let him deal.
It's his deal.
Let him cook.
I'll facilitate. I'll play make.
Yeah.
I'll be that guy. Then in the fourth quarter when it was, crunch time and they needed a go-to basketball player, and there's still a lot – as good as Payton Watson has been and as good as Timmy was last night, there's still moments because of the way this team is built and who Jamal is. If it were Joker out there, they do it to Joker where, oh, God, we need a bucket. Give 27 the ball, and everybody kind of watch him work. Mm-hmm. He's taken that responsibility on in a big way.
I mean, it's just part of my game. I've been doing it for my whole life. I've been seeing this kind of defense since I was in high school, triangle and twos and boxes and ones, and we just figure it out. I try not to force, and then obviously once we get our full team back, my usage may go down, but the game is still the same, so that's just part of the sacrifice. I feel like I could have been doing this, and I have been doing it my whole life, but for us to be where we want to be, everybody's got to eat. Everybody's got to be able to touch the ball. There's only one ball out there. And I think that's why we've been so good for so long. It's just because it doesn't really matter who scores as long as we win.
And you see, he's saying the right thing here. I'm thinking of the silver lining of all of these injuries.
Yeah.
It's tough to find it, and I do feel like I'm sort of reaching, but he just said something, and he's Jamal Murray. He's who he is for a reason. You've been the best basketball player your entire life. The offense is built around you in high school. They are sending double and triple teams at you. He went to Kentucky, so you're around other blue bloods. Hate them all, but you're around other blue bloods, so you're not necessarily the focal point. But think about what he just said. I've been doing this my whole life. When we're healthy, we have the talent where my usage rate, his words, go down.
Yeah.
What if it doesn't have to? Now, again, he's not going to have the ball in his hands as much, but all of these great teams – the reason they're not ever to get over the hump every year is because it's Nikola and then what?
Right.
If it's Nikola and you know what Jamal's going to do and he's done it all year so far, who the hell beats this team? Shea's really good out in Oklahoma City. And then what? And yeah, you have the J-Dubs and the Chets and the names to throw out.
Right.
But is it a consistent basis and performing at the rate that Jamal has? I'm not quite sure. So you're going to have 2 studs that can lead you, rather than this giant Batman and then some underneath help like Oklahoma City may have.
Right.
This might just turn into a giant blessing for the Denver Nuggets. You go, we got 2 guys that can do all the heavy lifting.
Or you look at an opponent like OKC, and you've got SGA. Obviously, that's a problem. Want to deal with that.
He's a problem.
But then if you're cold from the arc, some of those guys that are out there that can be super hot from the arc, if you're cold from that, what else you got? Well, with Jamal Murray, it's like, oh, he's cold from the arc. What else you got? He can dribble drive. He can do that fadeaway too that I love
He's
in the
so
paint.
good at the fadeaway.
He is great at that. So they're able to have the confidence in knowing what you see, whether that's box and one, triangle and two. I love that he brings up high school because every high school basketball player, raise your hand. Like, you remember the old box and one? They got one good guy,
exactly
Schumacher.
right.
Go stop him.
Can
box and one.
Can 5 of us shut down Blair Wilson? And the answer was no, we couldn't.
So I like that about Jamal, and having this version of Jamal in the postseason could make all the difference for the Denver Nuggets. Even last year's team that banged up, Michael Porter Jr. wearing a diaper on his shoulder, AG's not feeling right. They took OKC to 7. They didn't have this Jamal. This Jamal knowing at that moment he can do whatever to take over. That's going to be a great benefit for this team as they push for the NBA Finals.
One more from Jamal. He talked about just getting the chance to play up against his old buddy and Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, I mean, he's always super aggressive. But, like, reading the blitzes and double teams, he's gotten better. And he's seen it more often, you know what I'm saying? And then just everything. Like, he's such a great shooter. He still makes the same shots that he's always made. So, tough cover, but it definitely helps knowing him and knowing his game to defend him. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely tell if you don't know Mike at all and you're playing against him, he's going to light you up. So I think our advantage is just 28 shots is insane.
Yeah.
That's how it ends. By the way, did you see how his presser started?
Yeah.
Timio was up there talking. Jamal's actually done this a few times. Like, he wants to leave work like we all do.
Yeah.
And he gets up there and he's like, just told him, you're done. Get out. Timmy got up and walked out. But it's fun to see those guys go back and forth. There's actually a
I
pretty
love him
tight,
giving him crap about the 28 shots.
yeah, a tight moment where Michael's like they're going to prom together. He had his arms around him.
Right.
And Jamal's looking at the referee like, he's holding me. And then ultimately got the call. But he's right, man. Knowing him a little bit more, the Nets did the Nuggets favors. They stopped setting screens for Michael when he didn't have the ball in his hands.
Right.
And that flare screen that you can have over the top, throw it over the arc. Dude, he's wide open on every jump shot in the first half. The Nuggets did better fighting through some stuff, but the Nets just let it go to the wayside. If they didn't, who knows what the outcome is.
Well, that might have cost them the game. Hell, MPJ might have had 28 more shots if they had kept doing that. But either way, they get the win. You see what Jamal Star does, and then Jonas Valanciunas having the big fella back when he was missing. This Nuggets team has been so banged up, so we'll take whatever we can get. Like, and no AG. Payton's still okay, right? And no big fella, but Jonas is still out there, right? Okay. You see the difference it makes when you have a starting center that's your backup center.
And by the way, the interaction between Jonas and Jamal, Jonas, it's very likely he's a one and done and goes to Europe next year.
Yes.
Establish some relationships. Become bros.
Right.
Create a circle.
Right.
Love Denver. That's really easy to do, right? And win a championship. And then have an opportunity to do all that again while playing in the NBA and making more money than you're going to make over in Europe. And I get it, that's where he's from.
Right.
But guys in Europe don't grow up thinking, I can't wait to play in the Euro League. They grow up saying, I can't wait to get to the United States and play in the NBA. So I'm just saying, maybe it's down the road conversation, but watch these interactions with Jonas and his teammates.
I'm okay with it being one and done. I was when he signed, just kind of knowing that, hey, Europe's going to be there for him and it's always going to be there. But that's exactly what I would tell him. Like, you're having a great time here. We just won a championship. Europe's always going to be there for you.
Exactly. You could go to Europe
Run
when
it
you're
back.
40.
Run it back. Do it again. And again, future conversation, but you love to see the connective tissue. That's what a championship team really takes. It goes beyond just the X's and O's and the basketball skill, and it's the chemistry. It's the connectivity. You were there. You were around that team daily on their championship run. You know how tight-knit that group was. This group feels the same.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you my Michael Porter Jr. story about that?
No.
So I was there pretty much every day. I have a little office, or had a little office where they practice. You've been to the practice court.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to share a bathroom with them. And so I'd have to leave my little office and then go out and go to the bathroom, and the players' practice court was right there. I came out one time and I'm waiting. The bathroom's full. Open the door. Out comes Michael Porter Jr. All 6'10" of them.
Yeah.
And he, they know what I do there and all that stuff. And it's not like we're tight. They just are aware of me.
Sure, right.
And he hit me with, you might want to give that one 35, 45 minutes.
And I said, I'll take that advice and go on upstairs to another bathroom.
Okay. There you go. Had some spray around, I'm sure. Some poopery.
Smokey's dad or whatever it is. Craig's dad out there. It's nice to see Michael have a different role. Michael's probably finding a new destination in the next 6 days. He is like the trade commodity in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
So you got to see him. They did give him the tribute. It was cool. He waved and gave it all when they introduced him. Kyle Speller hit him with the same old introduction that he used to.
Right.
And it was cool to see the fans cheer. So yeah, we could celebrate Michael Porter Jr. He helped this team win a championship, and they got better with getting rid of him.
We can celebrate MPJ for all those reasons. However, you mentioned him being on the trade block, right?
Yeah.
What if he gets in the Nuggets' way?
Like he goes to Golden State?
Then it's MPJ. It's not like celebrate MPJ. It's like, what?
And it goes back to your Miko
You going to the West?
From a year ago.
Oh, yeah. I can stand me. As soon as Miko was gone, I'm like, I hate him. I exactly hate him right now at this moment.
Yeah.
And all you guys, and you and Will, and like, oh, my God, Miko.
Cecil pulled a little Miko doll out of his pocket and started stabbing it with little needles. I don't know where he got it.
I made it. I knew this day would come. So MPJ, yeah, celebrate him, but where's he going to go?
If he goes to Golden State, that's not good.
Yeah.
Not good at all.
Yeah. So let's keep an eye on that. We also have the Giannis move. Again, Golden State's up there and the Giannis possibilities.
You know what can happen, though? I'm just thinking about this. I have to look at numbers, but I think it works. If the Nets get rid of Michael Porter Jr., remember how I explained to you the salary floor of the NBA and how teams manipulate the hell out of that?
You have to spend a minimum.
The reason the Nets traded for Michael to reach their salary number.
Yeah.
They'll get rid of him, obviously prorated conversation. That's when I have to do some math, and God, will I need help on that. The Nets will be one of those teams that need salaries, and the Nuggets have a guy like Zignaji that has nothing but salary to offer.
So the Nets can help him again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It just depends on if MPJ gets in their way.
Yeah. I if I had to pick between the two, keeping Zignaji on the roster or Michael in Golden State, I'm probably keeping Zeke, and I hate that guy.
Zeke's on the roster. Yeah. I don't want MPJ in Golden State.
That's terrifying.
So let's put a pin in this. We got more than just Giannis coming up.
We got some breaking news happening right here in the NBA, and it is relative matters to the Denver Nuggets. Shams, is that who you said, Kevin? Kevin Kistner giving me the thumbs up that Sharania is sharing this. Denver Nugget, Nikola Jokic, out since December 29th. Will owes you coffee. They got their 10th win last night.
Nice.
Plans to return tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at home. Sources tell ESPN.
Right.
Jokic is now in position to also play in Sunday's showdown versus the Oklahoma City Thunder and their phony asses. I added that. Sham didn't write it. That's going to be in Denver. And
I wish he did.
Eligible for season awards because he's going to play more than 65 games this year. My Friday just got better.
Yeah.
Joker is back. I was one day off. I'm going to be mad at somebody, but one day off.
Yeah, Joker is back. And I always thought the return Thursday, rest Friday, come back fully Sunday, that was kind of a weird plan, even though, that was kind of floated out there or whatever. So it's like, didn't it make sense just to bring him back Friday?
I mean, I didn't just make it up. I was
right. Sure. So it's like, all right, now how limited tonight? That's the question. It becomes for Nikola Jokic is like, it's going to be hard to get him to play fewer minutes because he's going to want to play all the minutes, right?
And the Clippers are good now.
Yes. So if you're in some sort of fight and Joker, he wants to do Joker things, you have to manage him. But how can you manage the best player on the planet when he is back? Yeah. Great news, Nuggets fans.
That's exciting news. Yes!
There's a Vance Joseph drop for every situation in life. Get a new job? Vance Joseph, there's a drop.
He's no longer a Bronco.
break up with your girl, there's a Vance Joseph drop for every situation in life. So
that's ugly, right?
Oh, wow. Kevin just found them all.
Wow. See, I told you. There is a Vance Joseph drop for every single situation in your life.
That is so good. Man.
Joker is back.
Everybody is back. They will no longer have to play
news.
Small ball lineups.
Right. This is the best news. Now the rebounding can come back. Obviously, Joker and his points and his assists. Triple-double. Yeah. Are we doing triple-double tonight?
He's a tall guy.
Are we doing triple-double? You going to go? You going to throw down some ducats?
I'm going to wait till Sunday.
You're going to wait till Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday triple-double.
Yeah, Sunday.
That seems like easy money.
Sunday triple-double, national television, Ball Arena. I'm going to make my way to Ball Arena on
You know,
Sunday.
I don't throw down those ducats because I'm investing,
Yeah.
but like, I wouldn't be against that tonight.
Okay.
Just throw it out there, see what you think. Return, even limited minutes.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'd love to see it. You'd love to see another triple-double.
And you say limited minutes. They said Jonas was never going to play more than 22 minutes in returning. I think he's only played under 22 once since he's come back.
Right, they're totally limited, guys. Not really.
Oh, dude, this is exciting. I cannot wait until Sunday now. Nuggets, Thunder. By the way, David Adelman also told media yesterday, now Nicola's coming back, that everyone not named Aaron Gordon is going to play basketball before the All-Star break. That's 2 weeks away. So we're getting right here. And you're getting Oklahoma City for the first time, not healthy, but with Joker and Jamal available and a good chunk of your bench, you can push them. You can get them on Sunday. Great news. Nikola Jokic back tonight for the Denver Nuggets. All right. Some of the bad news was the Avalanche also
I thought
played
we were
hockey.
going to do the bad news.
We'll do it just for a couple minutes.
Okay.
The Avalanche, they are struggling right now. And I said it, they're not just on the struggle bus, they might be driving that thing. They gave up 3 goals in the first period. It was over after that. The momentum was all with Montreal. You didn't see any sort of life out of the Colorado Avalanche, sort of just going through the motions flat, as Jared Bednar called them from the night before. That continued, and they just brought it with them to Montreal. Flat-footed skaters. I'm sick of seeing Marty Netsch standing straight up and not moving or engaged at all with a puck handler that's not that far away from him. It's just been brutal, man. The power play. They didn't even draw a penalty in Ottawa. 0 for 2 last night. That makes them now 2 for 21 over the last 9 games. They gave up a shorthanded goal last night. That's 9 shorties that they've given up this year, the most in the NHL. They just suck unless it's 5-on-5.
Yeah, unless it's 5-on-5 and the power play is broken and there's no signs that it can be better. So everyone has a panic meter with the Colorado Avalanche, and some with the power play specifically, it's like kind of high, maybe some it's not very high. Once we get past the Olympic break, and these efforts shouldn't be there. I'm just projecting, but I have to go on based on the entire season.
Sure.
If we look over the entire season, I'm not going to say this recent slump for the Avs is who they are. Who are the real Colorado Avalanche? We don't see them. We saw them earlier. We saw them as that wagon. I firmly believe that's who they are. So after the Olympic break, because clearly they don't care. They are dialed out. They are checked out completely. You've got even Nathan McKinnon is thinking Olympics. He's not thinking about the actual games that he's still playing. And that's why you see this sort of effort. So where's your panic meter at? When we get back from the Olympics, they should go back to being the dominant team that they are. But if they don't, and if the power play still struggles, which it should, they'll win, but the power play will still struggle. That's what I'm predicting and projecting. It's something that as we get closer to the playoffs, that becomes a larger and larger problem because we don't see any sort of fix on the horizon. We don't see any sort of like, well, that one time they did this and that. No, there's none of that. There is no fix for the power play on the horizon. And I'm not saying it's their Achilles, but that could be an Achilles when it comes to the playoffs. We want a parade here. And we want this team, honestly, and I know this is very hurtful for Avs fans out there, but it's the truth, and it's not meant to make you feel good. They've been past the second round once with Nathan McKinnon.
That's not good enough.
Okay? Now, when they did it, they won it all.
They're hurting his legacy.
Exactly. So you're going to come out there with that terrible power play in these games and then into the playoffs after the Olympic break. You've got to get it fixed. And it's just they're so checked out, they don't care.
Right.
First thing I told Mike Evans this morning, I was like, well, if the Avs don't care about their game, why should fans care? Because they clearly, outside of what? Parker Kelly?
Yeah.
Right? Ross Colton, he cared last
Drury
night.
had a good play.
Jack Drury had a good play. So you've got some guys that are carrying, but you need your best. Cale Makar, what happened with your communication last night with Marty Netsch?
Nathan plays up. Cale's supposed to go and get his spot and just stood at the blue. And I know his idea is to keep the puck in the zone for the power play up to him, but you have to be aware of what's going on in front of you.
Right. And you have to make sure to have communication when you have, I believe it was Suzuki with the puck.
It was.
And then you have Makar and Marty sticking with him, leaving a wide open shot. and Nathan McKinnon's standing in the corner, new guy's in the corner puking his guts out. Like, that's not Avs hockey. This is not the Nathan McKinnon that we're used to seeing.
Well, you know what else? We don't do this a lot with hockey. But Dave Haxtell was hired in July of 2025.
Yeah.
For this exact, the power play was struggling. We got to figure it out. We got to change some stuff up. They bring in Haxtell. What the hell has that guy done? And look, again, it's weird to go like call for a special teams coach's job during the Olympic break. But if it's going to be this bad and that guy's directly responsible and 7 months ago was hired to fix it all and has done jack, how much time are we going to give the dude?
Right.
And again, I don't really care about his feelings.
And
I care
we've
about the
seen
results.
no signs. It's not like we've seen, they're doing this differently, and that takes a little time. We've seen no signs of the power play working. So again, I'm not a fire Coach Haxtell, but when your ass is on the line, when you're Jared Bednar, when you know it's Stanley Cup or bust, when you're Chris McFarland and your tail is on the line because you know it's Stanley Cup or bust, this entire everything, coaching staff, front office could look different if this team fails again in the postseason. They've done that too much with talented teams and with arguably the best player on the planet in Nathan McKinnon, and I don't even think arguably.
Yeah.
But you've got that guy. You can't get over the hump. You can't get past the second round more than one time. You've got to do it. So if it's not working, knowing that it's your job, you're going to consider firing Coach Haxtell during the Olympic break.
Creaky, playoff Marty is here early. That's why you're one of the best.
Creaky off the top rope.
And we got another one. Relax on the Avs. Guys, as a fan, you get the luxury of playing the long game. We don't. We react daily, nightly, hourly to what this team is doing. That's our job to do that.
And by the way, relaxing is how you get your ass beat in the second round again.
They've been relaxing quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's time to relax. Everything's on the line. It is literally Stanley Cup or bust for Jared Bednar, for Chris McFarland. You got to go get it. And if that means firing a coach during the Olympic break, so be it.
Our boy Troy, he says, Tribe shout out from San Diego. I'm sending sunshine and 80-degree weather today. And then he writes, the Avs are killing me. Troy.
By the way, this is how we know the Tribe helps Tribe, first off. We have hockey guy and hockey lady.
That's right.
Because Mel says, don't stop. Hammer this power play. Hammer Haxtell.
Go, Mel.
We don't use the lower third of the ice at all. So how do I know the Tribe is the best? We have the best listeners on radio. I know the
Fire Haxtell. Are we there yet?
Yeah, we're hashtag Fire Haxtell and hashtag Tribe Hotbox Fridays.
Somebody suggested that.
Yeah, Broncos Maniac suggested that. So hashtag Tribe Hotbox Friday. Get that trending. Hashtag Fire Haxtell. But I know we have the best listeners in all of radio. I know the morning show, it's cute with their 8 a.m. listeners. God, you can't have a better name for that. Do another trivia, Mike Evans. Anyway, did the Drive name their listeners, or they pay attention to them,
I don't know
right?
if they named them.
I don't know if they named their listeners. But anyway, so it's like, okay, we have the Tribe. We have the best. How do I know that? Because our hockey guy and hockey's lady?
Yeah.
They're cool.
By the
They're
way,
cool. They're not normal hockey guys like, you mispronounce that Russian's name. I hate your opinion forever. Our hockey people in the Tribe are like, it's the Tribe, baby. Hey.
Yep.
Pass it to the left-hand side. Let's talk some hockey.
You said it. Tribe helps Tribe. Remember yesterday, our guy Randy, the blind guy?
I need Randy, the blind guy.
He's coming to the crib. He's giving me a quote sooner rather than later.
I need Randy, the blind guy, too.
Talking on email.
There you go.
Get those remote blinds. I'm going to feel fancy,
I want them
dude.
remote blinds.
Yeah.
Mr. Fancy Pants over there.
Well, we can only afford 2 of them. The other blinds are going to be different. Our room will be fancy.
Okay.
The rest of the house will be certainly regular. All right. Plenty of Avs and Nuggets to continue chatting about. Love the conversation. Love that you guys are getting involved and being a part of this over on YouTube.
I don't think it's time to chill on the Avs. I just don't. I'm sorry. Maybe I should drink less caffeine.
If they had like 2 bad games in a row, I would chill.
Yeah.
It's almost been 2 weeks.
They're getting clown hammered on the ice.
2 weeks.
They're getting clown hammered. They're getting embarrassed on the ice. Come on.
Yeah. Somebody start a Fire Haxtell hashtag and I'll retweet that thing going out. All right, Cecil, let's get to Bo's board. This offseason, that's what it's all about for the Denver Broncos. Who is and who should be on Bo's board for the Broncos to target? We have our Friday name coming at you next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt, eliminate the stress, and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That is a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Call them today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted
$100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000. Use code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, "Don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food." But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Need a new water heater? Euro Plumbing has lifetime warranties, great financing, and low, low pricing. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Minnesota Duluth with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on ESPN Denver 1600, DU Lacrosse faces Cleveland State with pregame starting at 11:30, followed by CSU basketball starting at 7. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Omaha with pregame starting at 1:30, followed by DU hockey skating with Minnesota Duluth in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3.
This goes out to you, the Serbian basketball god. We're on our way to a championship. Signed, the Tribe.
Why does your Casey Kasem sound like George Bush? George W. Bush?
I can't really
1,000
do it.
points a light? Oh, wait, that was his dad. You want me to do Casey
Yeah,
Kasem?
yours is way better.
This one goes out to Nikola Jokic. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Hell yeah, that's exactly right.
He's back. Big fella's back, man.
Oh, it's so exciting,
Feeling great.
man.
Feeling great.
They're going to play Los Angeles tonight, and that's not an easy task. The Clippers are good right now, for now, until Kawhi Leonard needs another tree check, and he'll shut it down. But they're playing good basketball right now. And then Sunday, I can't wait, man. I will be in the building for that one for sure. Joker being back, the Thunder getting it done, and a rematch of a huge playoff series a year ago. Nikola is back. We're going to talk plenty about that as the show goes on. Love to hear from you guys on the RamosLaw.com text line at 303-713-1043. Same deal on the Denver Sports YouTube page. We ask you click that subscribe button while you're over there. That would be nice. In the meantime, we got to talk about Bo's board. When it comes to the Broncos and our offseason conversation, you guys are going to hear us say that a lot. It's all about Bo Nix and the playmakers that can be added around him to elevate his status and take a third-year jump. We have our Friday name. Today, we want to highlight...
And the Arkansas offense running room for Mike Washington. Breaks free and heads for the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
It is Mike Washington from Arkansas, as you just heard, Arkansas, the big, strong, fast running back that they used a lot out of the backfield. He can run away from you. He can run over you. He's going to find the right gap, and he can look like a wide receiver in the passing game.
And Mike Washington is in charge when he has the ball. He's a hard-charging runner at 6 feet, 228 pounds, 40-yard dash, 4.45, verified.
Wow.
4.45, 6 feet, 228.
I like that.
4.4, 40?
That's impressive.
At 230 pounds?
That's what I'm telling you. When I watched some of his highlight packages, he treated a Texas safety like they were his little cousin trying to tackle him at the family barbecue.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I love the way that he's got multiple moves as a runner. Usually power backs are like, just go in that direction. And you can just steering a ship, right? It's like, oh, this is hard to turn. But you just go in one direction and you power through guys. He can do that. But the other thing and the great thing about him, watch his drop step. It's almost like a basketball move where he does like a jab step as a runner. And again, he's not like breaking ankles with quickness, but that one jab step, because if you're a defender, you're probably personally wetting yourself every time that you see Mike Washington come through the hole. So he does this jab step where he jabs it at you and then cuts the other direction, but because he's so fast, he doesn't have to gather himself to slow down. He can make one cut and go in 4.4 speed at 230 pounds. Plus, he's a great receiver out of the backfield. I showed you the backs on backers drill from the Senior Bowl just yesterday where he caught one over his shoulder for a touchdown with a 6-yard of separation on a top linebacker in the league, in the country. This kid has got a lot of people talking. Now, currently seen as a mid-round pick, let's just say third-round pick. The Broncos had to take him at the end of the second because that's where they're at. Being, that they went so far this year.
It'll be like 60th.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it if he's the 60th, player picked in the 2026 NFL draft. And I think not only what he can do, because he doesn't need to come off the field. And you saw in back and backers drills at the Senior Bowl that he's good at pass protection, in addition to schooling a guy as a receiver.
Real quick, just the jump from that of pass pro at the college level versus pass pro at the NFL level.
Yeah.
What's the timeline of comfort there?
The timeline of comfort, I'll do the Clinton Portis thing, is 6 games.
Okay.
That's why I did it with R.J. Harvey.
That's kind of our line, right?
Clinton Portis didn't play a whole lot his rookie year. Week 6 starts, has 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Mike Washington's going to be a 1,500-yard rusher as a rookie. However, he's the type of guy that you give him that, couple months to get going on pass protection. He's already good at it now. He's already got the size, and that's a large part of it. And God bless Jaleel McLaughlin or Tyler Bidet or whoever. This team needs an upgrade, baby. They need an upgrade at running back. All the fan favorites, the stories, the lunch pail guys that everyone loves. It's like, that's a great story. He's not a great player.
Yeah.
This team needs an upgrade of talent at the running back position, and I think that Mike Washington, as a mid-round pick, would provide that.
And look, you know how I feel about running backs. I'm a little hesitant because of who the coach is, but you said something earlier in this week that I'm going to try to hang on to. When it's the right one, it'll be the right one, and we'll see the right offense. Now, with that in mind, I love that we're getting this, and it's a shout out to Kevin Kistner for doing some of the research and throwing it on the rundown. If I know who Sean is, and I feel like I do, he's not going to have an emphasis on the running game. Give me a running back. That's why J.K. Dobbins was so appealing. That's going to get you 4 to 6 yards on a touch.
Yep.
Because then those minimal carries turn into maximum output. We're talking about Mike Washington, 4 yards per carry, and that's like at Buffalo in New Mexico. Last year at Arkansas against SEC defenders that turned into NFL defenders, 6 yards a carry. And you're not going to get the ball that much? Okay, cool. Make it 2nd and 4 when you do.
And that's something that'll keep Sean away from being shy. It's funny because Sean Payton, he's braggadocious. He's the smartest guy in the room. Just ask him. He also get a little bit shy when it comes to RJ had a 1 yard gain on 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 9. Why am I running? If you've got a big guy out there, if you got a Washington out there, a guy just smashing box, right, softening up those defenders, and all of a sudden it's 2nd and 3 because you had it's a scouting term. It's a scouting term. Get your mind out of the gutter. You got to smash box. That's exactly what a power back does. So I look at it in keeping Sean out of his own head, because in football and in life, the thoughts that you think the most create the habits that you form. And the habits that you form create who you are. So if you think, again, I'm a loser. Guess what? You're a loser.
Yeah.
If you think, why am I running? Your first reaction is going to be go away from the run. If you got a 1st and 10 and you hand it off to Washington and he gets you 7 yards, now it's 2nd and 3, Sean's going to be like, Martin Lawrence, can you do that, what you did earlier, please? Right?
Yeah.
He's going to want to do exactly that. And that's where I think it's great for you to see a guy like Washington to come into this league with the Denver Broncos and to be that hammer, absolutely hammer an opponent. And you see what he did in that backfield also with those 8 rushing touchdowns this year. I think that's significant for this young man. You need an upgrade in talent. You need someone that you can turn to. It's 4th and 1. I think we're all going to look at 4th and 1 differently right now. If we look at 4th and 1 and we say, you know what? They've got Mike Washington. It's 4th and 1. I know he's getting the rock, and then nobody can stop him. By the way, you mentioned his yards per carry. 8 yards a carry in the 4th quarter.
Wow.
You want to talk about a closer?
Wow.
So what'd you say, like 5 yards a carry this year overall?
Yeah.
8 yards a carry in the 4th quarter.
That's impressive as hell.
He's going to wear you down, and he's going to kick your ass.
He coming from a Sean Payton type of system. He did not have a single game this year where he had more than 19 carries and had 5 100-yard rushing games. 4 of those came against SEC opponents. So you're not rushing the ball for 20 times, and you're still having opportunities to get to north of 100 yards against future NFL talent.
Uh-oh.
What, something bad?
No, I'm going to go nuts here.
Oh, okay.
Dude. On 3rd down, 1 to 3 yards. 3rd down, 1 to 3 yards. You know what his yards per carry is?
What?
9!
Oh, damn.
It's 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 3.
Wow.
He averages 9 yards a carry. When you know, hey, it's 3rd down and short, they're going to run it. He averages a 1st down.
When there's 8 guys in the box.
When there's 8 guys in the box. Are you kidding me? Make this guy a Denver Bronco.
You're selling it. You're selling it real well, Cease. Mike Washington. Go watch some highlights, too. Watch him just dominate a Texas team, make you fall in love with the guy all that much more. All right, we got to check out what else is going on around the NFL. I wanted to talk about Clint Kubiak, Fernando Mendoza, and what the Raiders could look like next season. Is anybody worried about that? Plus another Hall of Fame conversation, but not about Bill Belichick. That's next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Great pricing options and bank financing? You bet. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Finished basements, windows, and doors. Done right since 1985. You have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. Visit drhi.com. Thanks.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation.
Enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show at the Colorado Convention Center, January 28th through the 31st. Get your free ticket today at ultimatervshow.com.
A friend asked me the other day why I loved being in the diamond and jewelry business so much. I'm Shayna Williams.
And I'm Dylan Williams from Williams Jewelers. It's not just about shiny rocks, precious metals, and meticulous craftsmanship from the world's very best.
It's really about you.
It's your life and loves. It's about your moments and the ones that define you.
It's the birthdays, the anniversaries, the birth of a child. It's when you're on one knee asking the love of your life to spend forever together with you.
For 3 generations now here in Denver, you've trusted Williams Jewelers with the most important moments in your life.
That's what's precious to us.
And why we love what we do here at Williams Jewelers every day.
You see, our why is you.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche. In Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue, and right now online at williamsdiamonds.com.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, we got a couple stories to hit looking around the NFL. But we got to give you the reminder. We're going to continue to do this throughout the day.
He's back.
You can't ignore the Nuggets tonight.
Oh!
Big fella, back on the hardwood.
You're not going to go triple-double?
I'm not tonight.
Really?
Not tonight.
Kev, are you going triple-double? You guys
The
dabble.
Clippers have some big,
you guys
big
dabble.
bodies, too.
I love when people say they dabbled in sports radio. I'm like, you paid for your airtime. You didn't
that
dabble.
means they never got a check for it.
You dabbled in sports radio.
You never got a check
for
it.
You paid for your airtime. Kev,
you get sponsors.
Kev, you dabble in these other things, DraftKings, whatever. Like, you ain't going triple-double, baby?
Why not?
Joker's back, triple-double. Let's do it.
My Broncos are done for the year. I might as well bet on something, invest in something.
You might as well try something. I get it.
Why not?
I'm gonna save my plays for a Sunday, and then I'll go a little trip dub there.
Okay.
Get it against the team we hate even more in the Oklahoma City Thunder. So big news, great news about Nikola. We're gonna spend some time talking about the trade situations with the Nuggets and the Avalanche coming up in about 12 minutes from right now at 1 o'clock. But we're talking about VJ and no news, maybe being some good news. What's going to happen with Davis Webb, the Denver Broncos, from Jordan Schultz requesting permission and now have interviewed Commanders' assistant head coach and offensive passing game coordinator Brian Johnson for their opening. So there's 2 interviews, checking the box of the Rooney Rule. I would imagine, Kevin's trying to find this out. I don't know if it's just the 2 interviews they had to have or 2 Rooney Rule interviews and then an extra interview. If that's the case, they'll have another one tomorrow and could hire Davis as soon as Sunday. If they are done, checking their boxes that they have to do.
Right.
Then we could get news of Davis today, tomorrow. Maybe they wait until Monday to share that, but they're doing their due diligence. They're completing the things that need to be completed. And then I would assume earliest today, we learned something about Davis Webb. Latest, I would guess, like Monday afternoon.
Yeah, and then we'll see what the play calling responsibilities would be. We'll hear about that, and then the next time we'll hear from Sean Payton is at the scouting combine. So,
that's right.
Let's get this thing together. Let's get this staff in place, and whoever it is. And Davis Webb would be my pick for their OC, provided with there's play calling. And Sean's done it before. He did it for Pete Carmichael in New Orleans. He'll do it again. It's not really a big deal. Honestly, I think it's what needs to happen is he needs to give up play calling.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's just about getting the plays in faster. He's still going to be part of the game plan. He's still going to be going over things. He's still going to be right there with Davis Webb, hopefully, and, of course, Bo Nix, number 1 in our hearts. But it's like, okay, get that playing faster, Sean.
In my mind, I'm trying to picture how that looks. It's Sean. So let's call it Davis. It's Sean and Davis on Friday or Saturday. Is that like, hey, here's my play sheet of first down plays, second down plays, third down plays, 1st and 5, 5 or more on those same situations. Right. And then that's Davis just picking from Sean's group to get it in faster?
Yeah, something like that. Okay. And a group, by the way, that he's also compiling and putting together. Like, hey, well, Bo really liked this in practice, or, hey, remember that play that popped? Let's do that, but then we save it for the right time. Okay. Like, they'll work in concert, and it'll be Davis that, to me, it comes down to sequencing. You've heard me talk about that before, and these playoffs, sequencing is what stood out. There is no question why Seattle's in the position that they are. Clint Kubiak has changed his game and become better as an offensive coordinator because of the way that he sequences plays. And I merely mean, are you setting something up for later? Not just calling the play like, call this play, call that play. No, it's about calling the right play at the right time, knowing that you're also setting up something similar for later on.
So it's like, hey, 2nd and 5. We need 5 yards. What's the play for that? But what's the play that's going to get them to bite on this the next time we go around?
And what did we see in the unfortunate AFC Championship with Jarrett Stidham, who's not good? And,
you saw a lot of mistakes.
I'm sorry for the Stidham defenders. I don't know how you can defend that guy. But if we look at that play to Marvin Mims that worked, they went back to it twice.
Yeah, and the last one was an interception.
Exactly. So that's not sequencing. That's like, just do it again, right? Yeah. No, you have to set it up. Right. It's those gotcha plays, right? Davis Webb, I want to see how he is setting up those gotcha plays.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see it a lot. By the way, Kevin did find the rule. They had to do the 2 Rooney Rule interviews. They are now free and clear to hire anyone at any time that they would like for their offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So maybe by today, into business today, they get there, or it's something they wait for
And I want
Monday.
Ronald Curry as a part of this staff as well. Davis Webb to be promoted and get play calling duties, and then we'll see if Curry can be hired as a quarterback coach, pass game specialist, whatever.
I'm down with it. I did want to ask you about Clint Kubiak because the Raiders' job's for him, right?
Yes.
He either says yes and they got their head coach, or he says no and they have to start this all over again, which would be kind of fun because they're the Raiders. But I wanted to just ask you, and we've talked about Fernando Mendoza a little bit. Great college quarterback, always going to be a legend in Indiana, right? For what he did. I think it's going to be a ways from him being that successful at the NFL level, if it ever even comes. But we saw what Clint did with Sam, and neither of us had big confidence in Sam. So Clint Kubiak, Fernando Mendoza, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, 4 pretty big names and can come with some sort of respect. Is it enough to look at the Raiders as a threat as soon as next year, or something that you go, hey, we should this maybe how I feel. Hey, let's keep an eye on this, because if it works the right way and development is done the right way, the Raiders can turn into a problem.
I'm going to be disgusted when I say this, but I believe it to be true. Clint Kubiak with the Raiders is a problem. Mendoza with Kubiak is a problem, because here's why. Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, pretty good, right?
They are good.
Do you know who Clint Kubiak will turn him into?
Who?
He'll turn him into Christian and Kittle.
Oh, no.
And then Mendoza would be Brock Purdy. And say what you want about Brock Purdy.
No, Mendoza can do that.
Mendoza is Purdy. Mendoza is Andy Dalton. Mendoza should not be the number 1 overall pick, but with Clint Kubiak, he's going to make him into Brock Purdy. He's going to make Ashton Genty into Christian McCaffrey, and he's going to make Brock Bowers into George Kittle. Is that a problem?
That's a big problem.
That's a big problem in the AFC West. It's another reason why I'm so disgusted over the way the season ended, because the Broncos should have won the Super Bowl with Bo Nix. It was right there for them. Next year, Raiders are a joke. Raiders are a laughingstock. Not with Clint Kubiak changing the culture of that team. Chiefs are going to be back. Chargers are always choke, but they'll still be there. Mike McDaniel is going to be interesting to watch that offense. But like this AFC West just get a whole lot tougher if Clint Kubiak is their head coach.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel being out of there, that's a big problem. I hate the idea of what you just put forth. I'm mad at myself for bringing that story up now so you could share that information.
Share that opinion.
Because that's 2 or 3 years away from being, hey, they're players in the not the division, the conference.
Yep.
If it goes the right way.
Yeah, Brock Bowers is a big problem. Big problem.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it. They can talk with Clint Kubiak this weekend. We'll see what that leads to. And obviously what we know and find out, we'll share with the tribe and the crew coming up on
I still
Monday.
can't believe I can't get you on a triple-double. What do you expect from Nikola Jokic tonight?
The Clippers have good bigs, real good bigs. And if he is on a minute restriction, I don't know that he can get there.
You hate Nikola Jokic.
How dare you
That's
guys?
what
I
think that's what it's come to. They got good bigs. Name a big that's slowed down Nikola Jokic.
Von Zubac is pretty good over there.
Yeah, but he's never slowed Jokic down.
I mean, are you wanting me to bet? Is that what's happening here?
No, but
usually tell me I'm an idiot for doing it.
No, usually just go get your bots and VTI. But either way, like I think it's.
I actually haven't been doing a ton of. I got money tied up in stuff.
Good stuff, fun stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah. We'll talk investments off air. But yes, I think we need to have a Nikola Jokic expectations. I want to know what the tribe expects from Nikola Jokic. We need to have that conversation.
Well, let's do that. We'll get into a Nuggets conversation. I want to talk about trades and what Aaron Gordon news means for the trade deadline that's 6 days away, and we'll do that next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
A lot of personal injury lawyers make claims about how good they are. But how do you know who's the best? Who will fight to get you the money you deserve? At Berg Simpson, we don't rely on simple claims like other firms. We have 27 best lawyers in America, 17 super lawyers, and we're one of the National Trial Lawyers' top 25 most influential law firms. Compare us to other firms, then call Berg Simpson.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
You'd love new windows, but don't want to pay a fortune for them. I get it. Well, January is a great time of year thanks to Window Nation. Right now, they're more affordable during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows Free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. And ask how you could get a pair of Icon Pass 2-day sessions. If you're feeling cold drafts, have trouble getting your windows open or closed, or paying a lot for your heat, it's time for new windows. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Visit windownation.com now.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Minnesota Duluth with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on ESPN Denver 1600, DU Lacrosse faces Cleveland State with pregame starting at 11:30, followed by CSU basketball starting at 7. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Omaha with pregame starting at 1:30, followed by DU hockey skating with Minnesota Duluth in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Friday? You ain't got no job, and you ain't got to do.
Today's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday!
Week. A fourth quarter sha-la-la-la-la from Montel Jordan.
Yes, please and thank you.
It's here. We have done it.
It is.
Got through our work week. We are now officially in
Victory formation.
I love it.
Oh, that's right. We can do it now and not be sad, right?
And that should send Bo Nix out for a victory formation.
Oh, I lied. Sad again.
That was his last play.
Yeah.
Right?
Still sad. Still sad. That's exactly right. Yeah, it was, because then they come out for the field goal, correct?
Oh, my God.
And Sean tells
Why
him,
do you do this
just
to
enjoy
me?
the field goal.
It's Room Broncos country.
Don't worry, Kev. It's
Got a franchise.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
He'll be back. We're all right there. All right, plenty more Broncos to chat about in our fourth and final quarter, but a Nuggets conversation, perhaps a little bit of an Avs conversation as well about trade deadlines or firing folks when it comes to the Colorado Avalanche. But up first, Cease, the update, and not a good one, on Aaron Gordon. They got it last night, did the Denver Nuggets. Shams had it, then Adelman talked about it, which we'll talk about here and hear from him in just a second. But Shams has the good report that Nikola Jokic is going to play basketball tonight against the Clippers and obviously be available for Sunday's major matchup against the Thunder. But Shams also told the world yesterday that Aaron Gordon is going to continue to be out of the lineup. He's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks where he will not return, but rather be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks to see what he can or cannot do. Here's what his head coach, David Adelman, said about his hamstring and his injury situation.
Yeah, I just sucks for AG, first of all, just as a person coming back, going through the rehab process. Really held us down when he came back, allowed us to play how we always play to a point, off the elbows and all those things. But just a step back. So, yeah, it hurts the team, but I'm more concerned about him, just him having to restart this whole process, find the motivation, to get back. We know he'll be back before the end of the season, and he'll get back to being who he is. So just an unfortunate thing in a season of many unfortunate things. Yeah, I'm more concerned about Aaron as a person and trying to get him in the right headspace to complete this short journey again that he just went through to get back to help us. So it's just been one of those years. It's been a crazy year.
All right, and he's right. You can tell there's some frustration, and he's worried about his guy, all in his voice right there.
Worried about his mentals.
And I want to say this, too. He's talking about it, and I get why he's saying this. What was his term? Kind of the bad luck that they've gotten, paraphrasing. Like, hey, it's been a rough season dealing with some of this stuff. And he's right. They're out 4 starters. The Serbian basketball god missed the most time he's ever missed, and now he's coming back, luckily, and hopefully he stays right. All of that's gone down, and they're 5.5 games out of first place in the entire Western Conference. They're a half game behind the San Antonio Spurs for second place in the Western Conference.
Right.
And they just had a 16-game stretch without Nikola Jokic. Christian Braun's going to get near 40 games before he comes back, and he's going to miss half the season.
Right.
And the team is still not only keeping their head above water, separating themselves from the rest of the West.
Yes, separating themselves and being right in position to be that 2 seed. Remember when Nikola went down? And not only did I make a coffee bet that I won with Will Peterson because they're above 500 without Nikola, we were both saying, like, yeah, as long as you're not in the play-in.
Yeah.
Remember those conversations? Yeah. Oh, we don't just stay away from the play-in, get the 6th seed, whatever. Now they could be the 2 seed. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's more than fine.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility being the 1 seed.
It's actually where we thought they would be, right? All due respect to OKC as the defending champions. We thought the Nuggets would be number 2, and they'll eventually meet in the Western Conference Final, and that will be the NBA Finals. Now Joker is back. He's back tonight. This is good news. And Aaron Gordon, just make sure, obviously Coach Adelman is worried about his mental, so make sure that's taken care of so he's not too down on himself. You know the great player that he can be. You know the three-point shooting, the rebounding, some block shots here and there, the defense that you can get from an Aaron Gordon. Just get him healthy, get him right, and then maybe get him off the bench when he returns.
I don't hate that idea at all. You said it earlier, and I was like, Then you think about it a little bit more, what you take off of his plate when he is – now he's always going to have to guard the best player. The best big player. Christian back, he can guard the best perimeter player. But that's not going to change. But if he is coming off the bench, yes, you need him to make his corner threes, but it's not end-all, be-all, because Tim Hardaway Jr. can do that.
Right.
Yes, you need him to rebound, but it's not end-all, be-all, because Jonas Valanciunas can do that. By the way, we didn't even mention this guy's name that, again, would take some of this stuff off of Aaron Gordon's plate. They have to decide on Spencer Jones by tomorrow.
Yes.
So they're going to sign him. They're going to give him a full NBA deal.
As they should.
And he's going to be around. That's another player off the bench shooting and rebounding. Now, he looks like wacky waving inflatable arm man when he shoots, but it goes in, so
works.
Who cares what it looks like?
Right.
You're taking so much off the plate of Aaron Gordon if he's coming off the bench, which in turn keeps him around that much longer.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Adelman,
I think you figured it out. I actually think this is spot on.
You go to Gordon and just say, you're so important to this team, and you're going to be so important for this team coming off the bench. And Gordon's the ultimate team guy. He's not going to fight back against that. Would he be disappointed? Sure. He's probably disappointed, according to what Coach Adelman says, talking about his mentals. He's probably privately disappointed he's letting his team down. But you're not letting the team down. You're just an aging player that is getting a little banged up. And this hamstring, the first hamstring was on November 21st.
Wow.
It's January 30th, bro.
Dude.
He's still fighting it. So just get him right. Shut him down. Not worried about the ramp-up time before the postseason. I'm worried about AG in the playoffs.
That's right.
Get him back for that as healthy as possible. Bring him off the bench. You'll limit his minutes and hopefully keep him fresh.
And by the way, with the trade deadline being next Thursday, this probably means there's very limited action, at least as far as coming back. Players coming back from Denver. I do think the Broncos, the Nuggets will try to make a move. I think they're just trying to unload a salary. They are, and again, we're going to dive way deeper into this next week, but a quick, kind of caption of it. They're about $100,000 under a repeater tax fine. So in the NBA, if you are over the luxury tax in 3 out of your 4 seasons, you got to pay a pretty hefty fine. It's like $1 for dollar up to $5 million. Then it becomes $1.75 for every dollar after $5 million, and that can add up real quick when you're talking about millions of dollars. And trust me, they're not looking to spend extra money over there on anything that they do. But they're under $100,000 right now. They would be $400,000 over if Aaron Gordon and Cam Johnson both hit incentives. They're not going to do that.
That's not going to happen.
But what I think the Nuggets want to do is get out of a Zeke Naji contract, Tyson Hunter Tyson, whatever the hell that guy's name is, because if you get those guys off the books, if it's Zeke, you avoid repeat luxury tax for the next 2 years. If it's Hunter Tyson Hunton, you at least avoid it for this year.
Okay.
So again, it might not be the major move that fans are going to go, holy cow, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
But they would be setting themselves up in a position to be players moving forward.
Be smart with your money.
Yeah.
Be smart with your money. And it's more than just being cheap, which KSC's always going to be cheap.
They're always cheap.
Yeah, they're always cheap, but this is actually being smart with it in terms of avoiding any sort of
It's
extra
actually
tax.
a reason to be cheap.
Exactly.
Like it's giving them ground to stand on.
Right.
And yeah, if you're in the repeat luxury tax, you're eliminating yourself from being a true contender. Unless you have the 5 right guys and all of them stay healthy for 20-something, for 100-something games, which very, very unlikely.
That's not going to happen.
We'll keep an eye on it. And like I said, that trade deadline 6 days away. Probably unlikely that anything happens now because they need Payton Watson to fill that void from one Aaron Gordon. All right, good conversation there. Tribe, you tell us how you feel about the AG situation. What do you think of Cecil's proposal? Bring him off the bench, limit some of that responsibility, and keep him healthy. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, we are through the first week of the Broncos offseason. Both Vance Joseph and Davis Webb are still employees of the Denver Broncos. So does that mean we're just straight running it back and someone has decided to leave Sean Payton's staff? Who is it? We'll tell you next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Now, when Team USA is on, you can almost see the moment when the kid starts believing, hey, I could be next. Now, while Xfinity can't guarantee that, they can guarantee something super important. That's your internet price won't change for 5 years. No contracts, no commitments. So, while your kid's ordering online or streaming highlight reels, your Xfinity internet price won't change. It will not budge. And who knows, by the time the next Winter Olympics roll around, your kid could be getting fitted for their very own Team USA uniform. And guess what? You'll be paying the same price for reliable Wi-Fi. And there's even more to enjoy with Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 10 years. That's a $10.99 value each month. Xfinity, imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes, fees, extras. Actual speeds may vary.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're ready to improve your health. But if you're feeling low energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing results in the gym, keeping that resolution can be tough. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if those symptoms sound familiar, we can likely help. They often point to low testosterone, and treating low T is what we do. But this year, we're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring growth hormone peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription prescription required. See website for details.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-444-9336. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-9336. That's 800-444-9336. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-444-9336.
The Stock Show is a staple of Denver. For 66 years, so is Siltahar Motors, Colorado's most trusted dealership. You don't last 66 years by cutting corners. You do it by keeping your word, by treating customers like neighbors, by earning trust, not just asking for it. That's the Siltahar way. Always has been. This Stock Show season gets 0% financing and leases under $300 a month on the best trucks and SUVs in Denver. Call, click STHmotors.com, or come by Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Either way, you get everything you want out of a dealership at Siltahar Motors.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday. All right, your car repair is going to run about $3,000. Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma Money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank, Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on most beds with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
The Ultimate RV Show is returning to the Colorado Convention Center in Denver, Colorado. Admission is free. Join us January 28th through the 31st to shop special show pricing on over 300 fully staged new and used RVs. Get a first look at brand new models. Browse a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Check out the latest RV gear and accessories and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show at the Colorado Convention Center, January 28th through the 31st. Get your free ticket today at ultimatervshow.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
I gotta let the listeners in on something we just decided. We're gonna have a Bo Nix celebratory dinner, the 3 of us.
We're going to have a Bo Nix Super Bowl dinner?
Yeah.
We're going to celebrate Bo Nix because it should be his Super Bowl?
That's right.
Should we invite Bo?
Yeah.
Of course.
So we'll do it right now. Bo, if you are listening.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, you are invited to us. Call in 303-713-1043.
All right, give him your number.
I don't know who's going to call me.
You'll answer that number, and then you can give him
I will ask Greg then. Greg, if you're listening, you already have my number.
Yeah. Can
Go
we
ahead
get the
and
credit
text
card?
me.
Oh,
wait. Well, I mean, no. See, the thing is, if I ever went to dinner with Greg.
Yeah, we'll pick up the tab.
We would pick up the tab.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're a super rich guy. The last thing you want is all your buddies be like, you're paying, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'd pick up the tab, and then he'd be like, we're eating at Taco Bell? I say, yeah, sir. Let me show you this tattoo real quick.
See, this is Baja Blast.
Yeah, exactly. If you eat all your food, you're in for a Baja Blast treat after this meal. All right, Cecil, I wanted to get to a couple of things with the Denver Broncos and some changes that are happening right now. We know that Joe Lombardi was fired, cornerbacks coach and wide receiver coach, fired by Sean Payton. But now we are learning today, and it happened this morning, that Pete Carmichael, he's not fired, but he is leaving. He's leaving Sean Payton's coaching staff, and he's going to go join Joe Brady's coaching staff to be the offensive coordinator, probably have a bigger role in the Buffalo offense, go work with Josh Allen and that team, saying see you later to Sean Payton. Now, I don't think this is that big of a deal. I'm actually kind of encouraged for less New Orleans folks, although if Ronald Curry's a part of it, okay, cool. But he's going to have that kind of Davis Webb role where the voice on game day isn't there. The voice throughout the week is building that game plan and helping out with his quarterback. I think the best thing for the Denver Broncos, and I'm very confident that they're now completing their 2 mandatory interviews. By tomorrow or Monday at the latest, they will hire Davis Webb. He will be the offensive coordinator, and I'm ecstatic about that. I think the next step, and I don't know if it's going to happen because of who the coach is, but I believe it's what's best for the Broncos and certainly what's best for Bo Nix, is that Sean Payton says, hey, not only do we have to make him the offensive coordinator, man upstairs had to give him a big fat pay raise, I'm also giving him the opportunity to call plays.
Yes.
The best things that can happen for the Broncos over the next 2 days, 3 days here for the weekend. The changes that have happened, it was time for Lombardi and Pete Carmichael to get the hell up out of here. Some new blood, some non-NOLA folks that have a voice in the room, and someone taking play calling off the plate of Sean Payton. If we get to Monday and all of those things have been checked, it just becomes even more fantasy football because all of these things are in place. Now put the pieces around Bo and let him eat.
The great thing about this entire offseason, one, is that you have Bo Nix. Let's full stop.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking over these quarterbacks in this draft class. I'm like, oof. Andrew Mason was our guy at the Senior Bowl this year. He was like, oof. These quarterbacks. Woof.
Really? He was not impressed?
Oh, no. Okay. No, not at all. So you got the real one. Now build around him. And the fun thing is, it's like your defense is pretty set. We'll have the inside linebacker conversation. This is a great defensive line class, maybe even first-round defensive line for the Broncos. I'm not predicting that, but I wouldn't be surprised just based on the natural talent that is there at that position. It's a big defensive line, talented defensive line class. But I look at the Broncos defense and go, you're good. I look at the Broncos offense and go, you need to be better. And with already Bo Nix in place, you know what he wants. You know what he likes. You know what he can do. You want to get the most out of him. How do you put the best talent around him? And that means some of these hometown, fan favorite, these guys are going to be gone because you're going to get more talented players than Jaleel McLaughlin. You're going to get more talented players than Adam Troutman. You're just going to do that. You're going to add to the mix. You're going to upgrade, and that's what this Broncos offense, you're going to see a Bo Nix that you haven't even seen before. You're going to see the best version of Bo Nix because of the type of talent that's available to this team this offseason and how this offseason, I'm not going to say it's easy. Peyton Manning would say there's nothing easy out there, but it's more simple because this entire draft, this entire free agency might not even be about needs. It might be about luxury.
Oh, I love that.
And when you're about luxury, it's like, yeah,
I love that.
Broncos got a running back. What if they had a better running back? Yeah, the Broncos got receivers. What if they have better wide receivers? What if they got a tight end? What if they had a better tight end? It's about luxury, and it's about what Bo needs.
I love hearing it, man, because it is about luxury. It's about what can make Bo Nix better. I think there's a point in Bo Nix's career that maybe we start to see some of that next year, but I don't think it's right out of the gate where Bo will be elevating. They're going to draft a rookie wide receiver, and they're going to go, it's going to take him a couple years. And then halfway through his rookie season, he and Bo are going to be on the same page because Bo has that skill set. We love Bo. He's not that level of quarterback yet. Right. So put those pieces around him that elevate him until it's time for him to pay it forward.
Right. Put the pieces around him and then watch him just go to work.
Yep.
Watch him go to town. Watch him throw for 4,500 yards or more this next season because of the talent that you put around him. This offseason is just like, hey, Bo, what do you need? You're going shopping with Bo Nix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just getting him whatever you want. You do have the platinum black credit card, whatever you want to say. Like Greg Penner's got all the whatever you want in the world.
If you've seen it, it's the black and it's metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a metal card.
I know a couple of people that have them.
I only know one.
And not just Greg. Like I know a couple of people that have those, and it's like, oh, That must be nice.
I got to be out at a Super Bowl night once with a guy with one of those cards, and he's like, "Don't worry, we'll take care of all of this."
Yeah, all of this is all taken care of.
Doubles over here. Come on.
And the prices. You got a $12,000 bar tab?
Yeah.
And we're just getting started?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was, remember the night Rick Ross and all this stuff I told you. It was one of the best nights of my life.
Yes, yeah. But one of the most expensive nights of your life that you didn't have to pay for because you had that guy.
Yeah.
You've got that card and you've got Bo Nix. What else could be better? Of a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, it'd be better.
But how do you get there?
Santa Clara.
You get there by getting Bo Nix healthy, getting him all the weapons that he can, and then you just go out there and you dominate.
This is just a speculation question, and maybe it's unfair, but speculating on the radio is one of my favorite things to do. I would imagine there's been multiple conversations already taking place between Sean and Davis Webb about what's next and what could be offered to Davis Webb.
I believe so, yes. Yeah, I believe that's just part of the conversation. It's just natural to know with Davis Webb and where he's going. He could be Sean Payton's brightest pupil. If we look at the coaching tree, if we look at others that have worked with Sean Payton, not good Aaron Glenn, better Dan Campbell, right? So if we look at Sean Payton's coaching tree, and there's more than just those two, Davis Webb might be the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
He might be the guy that's like, oh, yeah, he learned from Sean, and now he's better than Sean. That's what we could see from Davis Webb eventually, and I think Sean Payton has an interest in, one, a Super Bowl, or two, the career of Bo Nix, but also harvesting the career of Davis Webb.
Yeah.
That's another part of your legacy, is how your guys do. It's why we talk about the Belichick tree. It's corrupt. It's rotten. Because none of those guys were any good outside of New England.
To your point, Mike Shanahan's legacy lives on because of guys like Sean McVay.
Right. It's why old heads like us get mad when it's like, he's a McVay coach. No, he's not.
Right.
That's a Shanahan coach.
And we could be 20 years from now, we're watching football. We're talking to the tribe about, oh, man, Davis Webb doing this. You go, Sean Payton stuff. You know, it just keeps his name around the league.
Yep. And then who works under Davis Webb? What can he partake and get that knowledge from Sean Payton? It's all from Bill Parcells, right? Like, it's just this beautiful, a tradition. In families, we have traditions. In families, we have stories or history. Do you have a family crest?
It's a little mason jar of moonshine.
Okay, on my mother's side, for the Gonzalez family, we have a family crest. Like, that stuff's important to me.
Yeah.
So it's like you get to carry on that tradition now. If you're Davis Webb and your next stop, handed down from Sean Payton, handed down from Bill Parcells.
Yeah. See that family crest? You should get that thing tatted. That'd be a cool tattoo, dude.
It is pretty cool.
I'd like to see it, actually. I bet it is pretty sweet.
I'll dig up the picture.
Smoking gun, right lower back. Family crest, left lower back. What do you think, dude? I'll pay for it.
You'll pay for it? You'll pay for my tattoos?
I get to pick the guy, but yeah. I'll pay for it.
Okay. Well, that's a dangerous habit. That's an expensive habit, for sure.
All right. It's just an interesting conversation. And Kevin made a good point. The Rockies changed their ways. They went outside the organization to hire somebody. Why can't Sean change his?
Yeah.
For the better of Bo Nix and this football team. I think by Monday, we're going to find out Sean made the right decision. All right. Another Broncos conversation. I want to talk about wide receivers. Remember those wide receiver rumors around the trade deadline? Jalen Waddle's name kept getting brought up, and the Broncos did nothing. Does George Payton regret that? Let's talk about it next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastery at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. We have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment money can buy. We carry true treadmills. They are the smoothest, quietest, and best warranted treadmills ever built for the home. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. Hey, I got a real cool story I wanted to share with you. Many years ago, my lovely wife Kimberly wrote down a prayer that said, God, make me a lighthouse so I can be a light to others when they're in a dark place. She filed that card away both in her heart and her prayer box. And then about 3 years ago, I asked my wife to leave her job in corporate America and come help me open up 303 Law 4040. And she absolutely loves it. She really feels like helping other people when they are hurting and don't know what to do is her calling. So here's the really cool part. A few weeks ago, a client came in to pick up a check and said to Kim, I really want to thank you. You were a lighthouse to me when I was in a dark place. It gave me chills when Kim told me that. If you've been hurt in an accident, it really is our honor to help you in your time of need. Call us anytime at 303 Law 4040, where you always get to speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. That's 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Hey, Colorado, when you're in the market for a new truck or SUV, head to Johnson Auto Plaza. Explore their huge selection of new Chevy, Buick, and GMC trucks and SUVs. Find your new truck or SUV at JohnsonChevyBuickGMC.com. Stop in and experience the Johnson advantage that so many now know. Johnson Auto Plaza is your truck and SUV headquarters, just north of E470 on Highway 85. JohnsonChevyBuickGMC.com.
Hey, the cold weather is here. Stoke here from my friends at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new furnace? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. And don't forget about heat pump rebates. They've never been better. Up to $13,500 only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Men, it's the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. You see, ED doesn't just affect you, it can also affect your partner, even if they don't talk about it. But here's some great news. If you're like most guys, the treatments at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic will give you back your sex life, because our protocols have success rates that work in well over 90% of cases. Seriously, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So, make an appointment and get ED out of your life. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Any jewelry store can sell you a diamond, but there's only one family jeweler in Colorado that was literally built on them.
In fact, we've sold more diamonds to more couples for more years than any other jeweler in Denver. I'm Bruce Williams.
And I'm Steve Williams. That's why we built Williams Jewelers, 2 stores totally dedicated to celebrating your love.
All the world's top bridal designers, 10 times the certified loose diamonds at our diamond bar.
And Denver's true diamond experts who will share their knowledge and passion and how to get the most diamond for your money guaranteed.
So whether you're looking for the perfect diamond engagement ring
or that second diamond celebrating a love of many years,
we have the perfect diamond for you.
And that's why every day more couples say will you with Williams.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Inglewood at Bellevue and Broadway, and in Cherry Creek North, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Need a new water heater? Euro Plumbing has lifetime warranties, great financing, and low pricing. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auction.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Minnesota Duluth with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on ESPN Denver 1600, DU Lacrosse faces Cleveland State with pregame starting at 11:30, followed by CSU basketball starting at 7. On 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces Omaha with pregame starting at 1:30, followed by DU hockey skating with Minnesota Duluth in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hope you are as well. Getting ready for a big weekend. I actually have, so I try to want to help out the fellas a little bit.
Yeah, we're here for that.
I got 3 keys to our first weekend without football coming up at 1:45.
Wait, so we have 3 keys to the game usually, and we don't have Broncos.
There's no game to get ready for.
Because Jarrett Stidham's not good. Wow, 3 keys to the weekend without
3 keys,
football.
That's right. And I will, just a little bit of a tease.
Yeah.
It's all about getting in the good graces of your lady or your fella. If that way you can use your good work against them in the immediate future for fun stuff to do outside of the house.
Okay, yes. And we're here for that.
Yeah,
also,
that's right.
just, may or may not have been an off-air conversation. We're also here if you need an excuse for anything. Like,
Yes.
hey,
Yeah.
Dover and Cecil, they're doing this thing, and I got to go. So if you need an excuse to get out of your work situation,
We're here for you.
yeah, just tell us. We'll call your boss. Like, no, we're doing a tribe meetup, and guys got to be there. Very important.
I've always wanted to do the eye thing of like, hey, Kevin's not going to make it into work today. He's having some eye issues. He just can't see himself working today. And then we just hang up the phone. I've always wanted to say that to somebody. So please, let it be your boss.
Next time you call in sick, lay on your bed with your head upside down, like laying on with the phone like that.
Yeah.
And your voice will sound like automatically stuffy.
Really?
Yeah. All the blood will rush to your head. This is not medical advice. Don't sit up too quickly, because if you're old, be careful about that. But yeah, so we'll help you out. Whether you need to call in sick, break up with your girlfriend, whatever, we got you.
Did you ever see that meme or the text that was like, hey, here's my thermometer reading for the next time you need to call out sick? And that person screenshot it and sent it to their boss, and the boss wrote, you were supposed to crop out the part that says use this the next time you want out of work. They forgot to crop the damn photo. An idiot.
Nice.
Big Perm with a good text, too. He's one of our
What up,
faves,
Big Perm?
One of our MVPs. He knows me, and he knows my family. He said, hey, Dover, don't forget the Marlboro Reds on that family crest, too. Yeah, Moonshine, Marlboro Red logo right there on the top of it.
And the Marlboro Man. What was it, Dick Hammer, right? Sam Darnold's grandpa or whatever? Dick Hammer.
Yeah. Legendary man. Marlboro Man and named Dick Hammer.
I'm introducing myself to everyone I meet. You know what I mean? I'm in line at the gas station, getting a Marlboro Reds probably.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Dick Hammer. How are you?
I always thought, like, when I turn like 65 or 70, I'm going to legally change my name to Max Powers.
Okay.
I think I just found a new one. I think I'm Dick Hammer instead of Max Powers.
Okay. Then it would be Dick Hammer and Cecil on the fan.
It's my new PlayStation name.
It's got a nice.
No, they'll ban you for that. Our buddy Luke got banned. Xbox made him change his username because it was Colorado War Pig 1991.
What?
And Xbox is like, no, that's naughty. I don't know. I guess it was the War Pig thing.
Their top-selling game is about war. It's all about war.
Hey, the NFL now has a happiness. What's that guy got hired? Did we ever figure out who that guy was?
Chief of Kindness or something?
Chief of Kindness officer?
And apparently he's had felony charges against him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, according to the New York Post.
Okay.
And some
Well,
other
he's not
websites.
kind to everybody.
So he's the kindness officer felony guy? I don't know.
What's the charges?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, if
Whatever.
it's assault, they have an issue. If it's
The
other
NFL,
stuff.
the NFL's lame.
Yeah.
Lame.
They are
I tell
lame.
you, Roger Goodell ruining this league. Thank God for the football teams.
Our 289er said, Dick Hammer? That's Baby Hammer's uncle.
If you know, you know.
Nice work, too. I think that's Jack. That's our dude Jack right there. Appreciate
Nice.
that. Good text coming in. All right. I wanted to hear a bit from George Payton real fast. Now, I mentioned that name, Jalen Waddle. I don't know if Jalen Waddle, of course, we're doing Bo's board, and perhaps it comes up at some point, and we have a deeper conversation about Jalen Waddle. But that's the name I remember going back to last year's trade deadline. And it wasn't just like exclusive to the Broncos. The Dolphins made him available, and there were several teams kind of knocking on the door, kicking the tires, whatever you want to call it.
Sure, yeah.
Seeing if they'd be interested in Jalen Waddle. So will they be interested, the Broncos, in a wide receiver, knowing they didn't take the bat off the shoulder and take a swing at the trade deadline? Or is this, hey, we're going to trust in our developmental process with the three guys that we have, because there's no developing Cortland Sutton anymore, but Marvin can still be developed into a truer wide receiver. And then, of course, Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant.
Yeah, so see what you can do with your wide receivers you have and add talent where you can. Now, the free agent crop of wide receivers, I see some people out there are like, go get Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is going to get over $20 million a year. Mm-hmm. Based on what the Broncos are paying Cortland Sutton, based on the young talent that is here, that is still developing. Pat Bryant's got a couple more years before we talk about who he is as a pro. Troy Franklin has one more year before we talk about who he is as a pro. I think Marvin Mims is there, and they just need to use him. The fact that they didn't use Marvin Mims was disappointing to me. But it's like, okay, we got to stop with this pipe dream of like, get Alec Pierce, get everybody all the time. Like, no, it's the same thing I say about the people that are being annoying over the Sean Payton stuff. One, I'm annoyed two ways. The people that are like, this is the most controversial thing of all time. That's stupid. Don't be dumb. Don't be in a cult.
Yeah.
The other part of that I hate is the people that are like, Sean's the greatest ever, you guys. What are you talking about with Sean? It's the like, oh, please, just go eat a salad. All right? You need to.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I hate
4 years ago.
I hate this Sean Payton conversation because all of it is almost all false. All false. We've told the truth on these airwaves, and I like it that way. As far as these wide receivers go, I think it's over the moon to be like, Alec Pierce, okay, you're going to pay $40 million for two wide receivers? The answer is no. Mm-hmm. So let's find a real one. It's not going to happen in free agency, and trust me, I've looked at them all. It's not real exciting. Wide receiver in the draft is a different story. Wide receiver trade also would be a different story.
And look, I like the idea of Cortland Sutton. He had a quiet 1,000-yard season. What's a loud 1,000-yard season look like? I think he's got another one or two of those in his NFL career. More Marvin Mims. Do you take special teams off his plate and add more responsibility as a wide receiver? What does another year look like with Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant?
Right.
Oh, and by the way, the biggest X factor in all of this, get a damn tight end that's worth his weight and soul, and you open up more because you're not bracketing Cortland. You have your third best cornerback on Pat Bryant, and he's going to kill him 10 times out of 10 every single Sunday. So it might be as simple as unlocking the tight end, a.k.a. the middle of the field, and it's wide open outside of the hash.
If Bo Nix gets to 4,500 yards or more, where's that extra yardage come from?
It's a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
It's middle of the field. Whoever the hell's in the middle of the field should be the tight end.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. Add on a total to whatever Ingram had this year. It seems like a yard.
It was 459, I think.
Add 500 yards to that. Now you've got a 1,000-yard tight end, and you got a 1,000-yard receiver. That's what we're looking at with Bo Nix moving forward. 2,000-yard receivers. He can easily support that. Easily.
2,000 yards receiver, a running back room flirting with 2,000 yards. Room, not a player,
right,
but
right.
the room flirting with 2,000.
I would love one back to have 1,000 of that.
I guess I should start there, right?
Well, we're not asking for too much, by the way. What they've been doing at the running back position is not enough. It just isn't. Fan favorites, love them, appreciate them all. They're not as good as you need them to be. You need that workhorse back. You need that back you can turn to on 4th and 1 and at other times. So, yeah, 1,000-yard back, 2,000 as a room, 2,000-yard receivers, maybe one's a tight end. Let's flip and go.
That sounds real good for Bo Nix's third season and on their way to a Super Bowl. All right, we're going to wrap it all up, put a bow on it for the drive. I want to talk about what the Avs have in front of them. How about a couple of chances to beat down an old rival in the Red Wings to get the team back on track? Plus, we'll tell you who's available tonight for the Denver Nuggets. And before we do either of those things, I got our first football-free weekend and keys to this weekend to get you back in the good graces of your wife. That's coming up next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Let's talk about, well, the wind. I live in Roxborough. I deal with wind all the time. Thank you. But the beautiful views I want to see. Why? Because I got Window Nation, windownation.com, maximizing glass space for those beautiful views. Plus, with all that wind, I need secure windows. And if you're tired of feeling your house uncomfortably cold and shocked every time you open up that bill, well, guess what? windownation.com. It's where you need to go. January is actually one of the best times to call my friends Window Nation, windownation.com. And right now, Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows free sale is going on, making it a great time to replace all the windows in your home. And you can get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Choose from over 1,500 styles and colors, backed by a lifetime warranty, and installed right the first time by experienced professionals. It's windownation.com. Proud to be a corporate supporter of the Wounded Warrior Project as a military family. I certainly appreciate that. And when you schedule a quote, you could even score a pair of Icon Pass 2-day sessions. Get there. Hurry. This sale ends soon. Schedule your fast free estimate now at windownation.com.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, big weekend in front of us. Starting tonight with Nikola Jokic being back on the hardwood. Joker is back, baby. Going to hoop it up tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers, then be available for a major matchup on Sunday. Nationally televised basketball game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Cannot wait for hoops tonight. Cannot wait for hoops Sunday. I'll be in the building for some hoops on Sunday. Get to see it with my own two eyes. So fired up about that. Fired up about the opportunity that the Avs have in front of them. I want to end the show talking about our sort of weekend once for the Nuggets and the Avalanche. But I mentioned 3 keys to the weekend. We usually have 3 keys to the game. This is like the first time since August that we haven't had 3 keys to the game for a Friday show from both of us. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I try to help out the crew a little bit and just go over kind of like my personal philosophy of right when football season ends, I try to do these things.
Yeah.
So that I can, well, it's all selfish reasons, so that I can use my good deeds against my lady to get golf more in the summer.
You're familiar with Drew Litton, the local cartoonist?
Yeah, he's a legend.
So he has a picture I saved from like the Rocky Mountain News.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's up on my garage fridge, and it's this guy and his lady is standing behind him, and he's got this big sign behind his sofa that says, like, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's football season now, so I won't be here for like the next 6 months or whatever. It's essentially how all of us feel. So when it's not football season, you've got to do your part.
Yeah.
You've got to pay your boyfriend or your husband tax.
That's how I call it.
You've got to do your part, and thus you have 3 keys to doing your part.
You got to pay the tax. You always have to pay the tax, and then at some point you're going to get a tax refund, and life is going to be beautiful. First up, and I'm doing this tonight, it's dinner time. You got to go out on a date night, right? We were just talking about this off the air. You got to set aside time for date night. You still got to make them, her, him feel special.
Yeah.
Like, it's just us. We're just going out. A little sushi tonight on the docket for us.
Yeah.
Not only am I doing a date night, I have volunteered as tribute to go watch a high school wrestling match.
What is this, Hunger Games?
Exactly. Because she coaches, right? And the cheerleading at a wrestling match, which I didn't even know you did.
You're going to a high school wrestling match?
I'm
Man,
paying
you're
my
in
tax.
love.
I'm paying my tax.
You're in love.
I'm in love. And then we're going to go to dinner and have a nice little sushi dinner date.
Okay.
So first
Nice.
one, maybe don't have to go to a high school sporting event because she's working it, but I'm going to do that, and I'm going to pay my boyfriend tax, and then we go dinner.
Okay, I like that.
Tomorrow, and now I don't have kids, so it's a little different, but I have catered to the crowd with kids. I'm going to wake up early. I always wake up before her. I'm more of a morning person than she is.
Okay.
I actually have a tough time sleeping throughout the night. So I'll get up in the morning, and
I got something for that.
I'm going to need that. I'm going to get up early. I'm going to start picking up the house. I never clean the house. It's just a courtesy to who she is. We've been dating for 5 years. I haven't had to clean my house in like 5 years.
Wait, you're like a neat freak.
I am. And so is she, though.
Whoa.
So it works out real well. I do other stuff, but I
Okay,
just don't clean the house.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, right. So tomorrow I'm going to wake up, and before she even steps foot out of bed, I will have toilets cleaned, I will have dishes put away, and I will have laundry started. That's tomorrow. And again, if you have kids or family, perhaps you're cooking a meal and you're going a little breakfast in bed. I might get up to Twister's where she loves the breakfast burritos and have one waiting for her. And then key number 3, Sunday fun day, man. There's no football. The Nuggets don't play until later on in the day. Get your ass up, get out of bed. Maybe you go on a family hike. Maybe it's just you and her.
Walk around Cherry Creek,
Walk
whatever.
around Cherry Creek, whatever it is. Maybe you hit a barcade. Maybe you want to play a little pickleball if you're in your 50s. Whatever it is, you can go do that. Brunch on a patio with the dog. It's going to be a beautiful weekend here in Denver. So dinner tonight. Wake up early tomorrow, do the chores so she doesn't have to, and then Sunday fun day with the whole crew coming up on Sunday.
Okay.
We still get home in time to watch Joker beat up on Oklahoma City. And then, dude, you have 3 different things, like dinner, waking up early, cleaning the house, getting breakfast, Sunday fun day, hike, arcade, whatever it is you do.
Right.
You have like 5 things you get to use to go, hey, I'm playing golf Saturday and Sunday this weekend. You know why? Boom, 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 and boom.
Okay, so
that's what it's all about.
Treat the weekend like a special lady day.
Yeah,
I didn't know that Roma tomatoes were different from regular tomatoes. Wow, go to the farmer's market. I would say this, and I like your idea of the getting her the breakfast burrito and stuff.
Yeah.
Cook.
Well, see, I lack that skill.
Learn it. Dude, YouTube University.
Learn it.
Learn it. You know how easy it is to make good stuff?
No, I don't.
Watch YouTube. I watch
like more than just a crock pot. I can crush a crock pot.
Okay, well then crush a crock pot.
Okay.
Like, hey, we're going for a walk, and I just already set up the crock pot at 7 a.m.
Okay.
When we come back, we can have a delicious dinner.
Yeah.
Right? So it's ways that you can have fun, share time, and just show that care. Because in life, care about the stuff that's important, but you know where real success comes from?
Where?
Not caring about the stuff that doesn't matter.
Which is hard to do
There's
sometimes.
too many people out there that worry about stuff that's out of their control or doesn't matter as much. What do these people think of me? The dude earlier on YouTube that was making fun of the way I look, I was like, yeah, I don't care, dude. Like, I'm glad you have that opinion. It shows what a great person that you are. It matters zero to me, like 0.0. I only bring it up as an example of, like, it doesn't matter what your coworkers say or whatever. Like, okay, am I doing my job? I'm doing what I need to do. Are the people that I love loving me back? Am I being good to them? So take the time, care, and attention. I think that's what life is all about. The three philosophy, everything's a trilogy, thoughts, emotions, and actions. So just care. And I think by cooking, that shows, even if you're bad at it, that's also part of it of like, hey, honey, I watched something on, Cecil told me to watch this on YouTube, and I thought it was really good, and I tried. I mean, I don't know if it tastes good, but that's a way to just show that you care, that their feelings matter, because especially when you're a sports fan or like us, working sports, you got a lot of tax to pay.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because there's so many times like, I can't do that because I got to watch the game. I can't do that because I'm going to the game. I can't do that because I'm doing a post-game show. So make sure to set it up the right way. And I like all the ideas that you had. My only advice would be cook.
Cook the meal?
Yeah, cook the meal.
That's not a bad idea, especially the crock pot. I mean, just throw it in and
can
wait.
you make a grilled cheese?
Yeah.
Well, you know what Martin Lawrence said? Make a blanket grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah.
That's nice. All right, couple quick texts before we preview the weekend. Ryan in Firestone says, one last tribe member shout out. We always got time for the tribe.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan in Firestone, painting for the in-laws. Tribe helps tribe. So the in-laws are tribe members too.
Okay.
P.S. Jokic is back, baby.
Love it.
We're fired up for it too, right?
Absolutely love it. Yeah, and then you can, once in a while, with the boyfriend-husband tax, you can mix in sports.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we're going to the Nugs game tonight. And surprise, I would say another thing, one, plan dates.
You have to keep dating your
It's very
spouse.
important. You have
Yeah.
to keep dating your wife or your spouse or whatever. Like, so, but plan stuff, but also surprise stuff. Like, surprise, we're doing this. Surprise, mini golf.
Yeah.
Surprise, go-karting. Like, whatever you want to do.
Surprise, I'm playing 36 holes. Like that.
Surprise, you're running the beer cart for me. Like, yeah, whatever. Like, yes, there are various surprises with various different reactions, but you want a special lady day so that you can have a special lady night.
That's exactly right. One of our texters, this is how well the tribe knows us. JD, you forgot one thing. Leopard skin thong. Got to get that in there too.
All I'm saying is if she makes the request,
you oblige.
None of us should have any sort of objection. You like lingerie?
It's all right.
Did you see Sydney Sweeney got a new lingerie line?
I like it now.
I like it more. Don't you think they like that on us? Not the bras or whatever, but like if your lady says, hey, why don't you wear something a little sexier than your tidy whiteys?
Right, with holes in
you
them.
better oblige, right? It's okay to sex it up, man. It's okay to get things a little sizzle, a little hot, a little steamy.
Another one of our texters. LOL, you guys are killing me. I'm headed to the airport to go to Vegas right now, leaving the lady home with our 5 kids. 970, you're ruthless,
You must
man.
have paid the tax before then, or you got a bunch to pay when you come back. But
it's probably a little bit of both.
All right, 970 going to Vegas. You know what I always say? Always the black, never the red.
Yeah.
Always the
17.
black, never the red. And black 17.
Black 17. That's
Oh,
the number
dude,
right
made a good chunk of change on that. Yep.
Hell yeah. All right, now let's talk about what the weekend brings here, Cease. We do have the Nuggets tonight. They got the Los Angeles Clippers, and yeah, as Ryan texts us, Nikola Jokic will be back. What kind of role is it? That's TBD. David Adelman will talk. What is it, about an hour 15 before the game? And
hour 45.
Hour 45. He'll be asked about that, and we'll know going into it, and then we'll obviously see during. But I would imagine it's a little bit of a limit tonight. I like what you said earlier. Let's see how the game goes. If it's tight in the fourth quarter, Joker's going to wave everybody off and stay in the game.
Right.
And then Sunday, if it's right and no setbacks, I'd imagine he's as close to full as possible when you need him against OKC.
I'm curious what our man ZB says because of his propensity to have more thoughts about investing.
Oh, right.
I wouldn't be surprised if homeboy had a triple-double tonight.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't. I'm not predicting it. I personally, I don't do that. But if you do, awesome for you. Make sure you pay your mortgage. But, like, for me, it's just like, that's who he is, right?
Well, dude,
Joker's back, triple-double.
Think about this. One of our texters sent this in, and I can't remember the name, but like, hey, all he needs is 10, 10, and 10. And I go, all he needs. But, like, with Nikola, like, yeah, that's actually pretty easy to do.
10, 10, and 10. That's kind of what he does,
Yeah.
even with limited minutes, even on the first night back. I don't think that, let's have the real conversation here. Would they have brought him back if he wasn't, like, pretty much ready?
No.
Would they have had, and especially with a trade deadline coming up, All-Star break coming up, would they have any impetus? And look at the way that they've played. Again, I won coffee from Will Peterson.
Yeah.
Will.
Oh, he's out there.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Pike's Place. Just a venti
he
Pike's
left.
Place. Just a venti Pike's Place. That's it. And nothing.
Yeah, yours
none
is
of fancy
$3.
caramel macchiato, whatever, sugar. Can I just have a cup of sugar, please? It's supposed to borrow that from your neighbor. Anyway, with Nikola Jokic, would they have had any reason to bring him back other than he's ready to go? You know what I mean? Like Lil Weezy said to Fred Durst, ready to go. So it's like he's back, and he's back enough, even with the minutes restriction, in my opinion, to get a triple-double.
Like 10, 10, and 10 does not seem that hard for a guy like Nikola. So, you probably talked me into this, and I'll go home and do some investing of my own.
Let me know how it goes.
All right, I will.
And don't cuss at me too much if he doesn't get a triple-double.
And then the other thing I wanted to mention with the Avalanche, and this
Can they just care, please?
Well, I want that, but this might just line up pretty perfectly for us.
How so?
They're struggling right now. They're playing like crap.
Oh,
if
yeah.
we're being honest.
Yeah, they don't care. They're checked out.
Next 2 games. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. on ABC at Detroit.
Nice.
Monday night, Ball Arena. I'll be in the building for that one, too. Detroit, back home. Your next 2 games, and I know the rivalry is not there like it once was, and it probably never will be again.
Sure, right.
But it still matters to the fans. I hope the players understand that. You could tell me that the Avalanche are in a little bit of a slump right now, and then you go beat the crap out of physically and literally the Detroit Red Wings to get yourself back on track. Sign me up for that, dude.
Which rivalry means more now, Raiders or Red Wings? Because to me, it's Red Wings. Red Wings still means more. Just the hatred between those two. Yes, back in the 80s, there was hatred between Broncos and Raiders, and with Mike Shanahan and Al Davis still owing him money, there was some hatred there. But Broncos-Raiders rivalry, that's what?
See, I look at
the Red Wings-Avs was a rivalry closer to what we have Broncos-Raiders.
The Red Wings got in the way of at least a Stanley Cup.
At least.
And the Avs got in the way of at least a Stanley Cup for the Red Wings as well.
Yeah,
so It's more amplified, in my opinion.
It's more amplified because it's on a higher level.
Yeah.
Raiders were always just slappies, just trying to hang around, be a thorn in your side, whatever. Here's Darren McFadden running for 200 yards against Broncos. Like, yeah, but that wasn't with all the sauce on the line.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Red Wings set this thing right, and like in football and in life, or in this way in sports and life, care. Time, care, and attention. In that trilogy, that's all that matters. Time, care, and attention.
It is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Zach By is sliding in here.
What's up, boys?
Joker triple-double. I question, where would ZB be on that opinion if investing was involved? Joker's first night back, and I'm saying, like, if he had a triple-double, I'm not calling it, but I just wouldn't be surprised because that's who he is.
No, yeah.
He shows up and he falls out of bed. It's a triple-double.
He is the most consistent athlete I have ever seen in my life. I have never seen an athlete who is the same version of themselves night after night after night. This is why this experience this past month was like it bordered on the bizarre. Guys, this is the biggest injury of his career.
Yeah, he missed 16 games.
Like that, this has never happened. Ever.
He missed 7 games. I don't remember the year. He twisted his ankle, missed 7 games, was the most he's ever missed. He doubled that and had 2.
Yeah, and the story that the non-Jokic Nuggets told in his absence was insane. Like, even if you were the most optimistic about how the team could perform when he was gone, no one had 10-6.
10-6.
No one had 10-6. No one.
I had him at 500.
Dude, I said we said there was 18 games in January, and I said I would have taken 7-11. If you gave me 7-11, that's what I would have co-signed.
500 would have been a miracle.
Correct. I mean, we're talking play-in.
Yeah, so do we.
And here they are. But no, of course I wouldn't be surprised at all. I will say though, Zubac plays Jokic about as good as anyone does in the NBA.
He can frustrate him.
He does. He does. Let me also say this, and I don't think enough people have been talking about the Los Angeles Clippers. This is the hottest team in the NBA. It's not even close. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They're 17-3 in their last 20. I mean, they are balling right now. They started the year off so slow.